not snitching.
Yo. My bad. My bad.
Cats don't play that shit from they block. From they sandbox.
You heard? Woo!
Shit, what was that? Scared the cat. Scared me. Shit.
Nah, there ain't no mail. You better stop scratching up the time.
Yeah. I'm the only Modena. Some merch. I ain't selling it, but I should. It's kind of dope. Freddy Krueger hats and shit. Freddy.
You got that book back.
Charlotte and Jordan.
You're Aries.
Red stripe, get your red stripe. Sure. Welcome. Another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. You heard me? It's your boy SmileyJizzle. It's your boy CrisxmasOnDemand. And our co-host. You heard her in the back. And we in the building. Awesome shit. What everybody do this weekend?
Hey, you can pass me one of them ashtrays.
We should do that. We should start off by telling everybody what our life looks like.
What's your life like? Mine is real.
I had a fun little excursion with the warehouse manager. Shout out to him. We was at his crib. My daughter and his daughter became fast friends.
That's what's up.
I got to hit the bowl. It was a Yoshi bowl. Fucked me up. Like, the bowl is not the joint. And I realized how the lung capacity has to be consistent on the bowl as compared to the papers and
bowl is literally like one, like basically smoking like half a blunt. Like,
to the face, yeah.
To the face. Yeah.
Dead ass. It really is.
I would take that little pinch. That's like some people will roll some of that into a J.
Mm-hmm.
And you smoking all of that all at one time.
Straight to the face.
Crazy fucking hit. I love it, man. I used to refer to myself and a few others as Team Bombness. We used to hit the bomb.
I don't really like
Hydro
that
bomb.
because it's aggravating because you got to keep moving.
Yeah, but that hit is tremendous.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
It's really a different type of hit.
I like the mask. I almost passed out.
I ain't gonna get the mask.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah, the
I'm
mask.
gonna
That's
get
how
the
you
mask. I'm gonna
pass
stop
out.
fucking around and get the mask.
Our
I want to
cousin-
get. What's that thing we seen in that video? What was that shit?
Oh,
That was a hookah, right?
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
called.
hookah with the weed?
A hookah.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Hookah
I'm
without
gonna get one of
the
those.
H.
That shit costs a grip. That shit costs like
Like
$400.
There was other that I just seen it from that lady that I watched.
Exactly.
She be smoking on. She has a YouTube page and she do different type of weed. She smoke flowers. She do the vape. She do different types. She'll just go live, just smoking and people responding to the comments and stuff. That's where I seen that. But then I looked it up. There's other websites. She just was promoting that specific one, but they have other ones that's not as expensive because they've been out before. It's like this is not a new thing, but I just found out about it from her. I forgot what her name is. This Asian lady, and she got a YouTube channel.
What you
She
do?
be like smoking dragons.
What you do this week?
I didn't do nothing. Yesterday, I took a walk and went to around the corner to this Mexican place or whatever. I don't know. And I got something to eat. I ate there before, but that's it. I took a walk.
Taco Tuesday walk.
And came back. But I started doing this Insanity Max 30, which Sean TV does, like the P90X or whatever. So it's a 60-day challenge, a 30-minute exercise cardio workout, and I'm on day 2. I started
How was the first
Friday, and then it was crazy, but I finished to the end, because he tells you, like, you don't have, like, you could take a break, but don't take
Don't
too
stop.
long.
Yeah.
Like, come back and I will pause it and, like, take a few seconds to catch my breath, because it is
You always be
intense.
telling motherfuckers to keep their core tight.
Yeah, and it is intense. So, and I'm out of shape. So, but I did finish it to the end. Like, I would just rewind it back to the part or pause it where I left off at, and then pick back up. And but I'm only on day 2 of the 60-day challenge. So he said we do it every day, and I'm still doing my other calisthenics like push-ups, squats, and because this is cardio. Yeah, because this is a fat burn. I don't, because that's what I was saying to Dwayne. Like, I wanted my arms to be smaller. Like, when I'm doing push-ups, I don't want that to tone up and be muscular. I want to lose some of this fat too. Like, and then my stomach, even if I do sit-ups, like, I need to do fat burn. So that's just cardio, that 30-minute thing. But I'm also gonna do throughout the week. I'm gonna still do squats and push-ups, but some of the stuff that he did, like, I don't know what you call it, but some of it was like in the push-up position, and then like in that position, and then he like jumping jack.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But not just jumping jack, like you, like this. I don't know how to say it.
Burpees.
Like, one of them was burpee. It was a suicide burpee. Like, go like this, and then do the burpee, then turn around, and then do the burpee this way. And then one was like
Down, up, go.
Down, up, and then spread your legs and close them. Down, up, but not all the way up. Like, just put your feet, like, push your feet back, and then put them up, and then open your legs and close, like you're doing jumping jack while you're on the floor.
They do that in the military, some shit like that.
I was just about to say, it sounds like a military push-up.
Yeah, and then those was like the craziest. But it was like four seconds, a 30-minute routine. Like, he did a 10-2, and then he, like, I know the football players do that. You go like this, and then he like turn to the right, and then turn to the left, and then turn to the center, and then back, then down, and then jog in place. Then it was like, he did a plank with like a shoulder tap, like you start on the plank in the push-up position, and push your legs forward and put them back, and then tap your shoulder, then push your leg forward and put them back, and then tap your other shoulder. Like, it was crazy.
How long was it all together?
It was 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, that's
but he said you do that, and I was sweating, and so I
it's a good workout.
Yeah.
So if you actually stick to it.
Yeah.
Form is everything, though. You gotta do it the right way.
Yeah, that's what he said, and I could feel it. Like, I'm sore just from those 2
like
days.
It's more what they say,
that's
quality
what he
over
said,
quantity.
keep your form. Yeah. So, but
So how frequently do you do it?
This is only the second day, but he said do it every day for 60 days.
Do it every
so I
day?
would try for 60 days just to get to lose the weight.
Yeah.
But then after that, I'm gonna just.
I'm gonna join your journey. I'm gonna stick to my little regiment that I created and try to do that shit every day.
I'm proud of y'all. Everybody sees
Well,
me.
don't get proud yet. It's only day 2.
I'm out of shape, but I know
we all out of shape, but we doing something about it.
The ab workout that I got, it works in 15 days.
That's
hands down. I promise you. If you do
don't
this
matter
shit,
what you eat.
It don't matter what you eat. If you do this shit,
well, you gotta
for
burn
15 days. Because you gotta do it.
More calories
no, but the way that this is every day you increase. So you start at one shit, and then the next. It's not like every week. It's daily.
Yeah.
So you start off the first day small. The next day you progress. The next day you progress. The next day you progress. By the second week, you already see results.
Yeah,
and not like little results. Like you see like definition. Like you start seeing.
Yeah,
it
I think it'll probably.
Week.
I think with this,
just continue your regular diet, but you gotta really push yourself.
I think with this max 30, I'll probably see results sooner than 60 days. But he just said
that's a fact.
Because the way I'm sweating,
you end up doing over 100
100
sit-ups.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like
I go front, and you look a little more lively. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yo, say where she just have a little pep into her step.
Energy. But I try to do it at the end of the day, like after I'm done eating. So I did it late. I did a late night. I think that's better than.
Yeah, hell yeah. Can you help burn that fat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's a killer, but and now like sitting there looking at me like, what the hell?
Planks, crunches.
She's walking underneath me and shit when I'm
You
trying
gotta get her a
to.
little mini, little mini treadmill, nigga.
Planks, crunches, and V-ups.
Yeah.
That's the
Plank
planks, crunches, and V-ups.
Yeah,
That
V-ups.
shit get you
That's
right
the
there.
that's the
I
ad.
do it V-ups
That's
too.
But you start. It's a pyramid. So the first day you
And I've
do.
been stretching to get more
You do
flexible.
10.
That's important.
You go up 5 every
Dexterity and
day.
flexibility.
So the first day you do 10 plank. You plank for 10 seconds. No. It's 15. 15-second planks. Then you gotta do 10 V-ups, 5 sit-ups. The next day it goes up 5. Next day it goes up 5. Next day it goes up 5. You rest on the weekend.
And I also noticed that
Next week, same thing. Starting with the number that you ended with. So it's a fresh week. You rested a little bit. You feel it. Your stomach started. It feel like a knife in your shit.
yeah.
Then that next week, you do the same thing, but you gotta do it every day. And it don't take that long, but that shit hurt.
Yeah, and I was doing that. Those they said V-up. That's when you put both your legs up and you're laying there. Yeah, like your hand touch your feet.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
I've
But
been doing that.
But the thing is, you don't put your feet on the ground.
Yeah, you
Your
just
feet
like
stay up at 6
in
inches.
the air. Yeah.
So your feet stay up at 6 inches, and you gotta keep.
Because if you put
bringing
them
your
all the way
arms up
to the down,
to your
if you
feet.
put them all the way
Arms
down,
up
you're not
to
gonna
your
feel
feet.
it.
Arms up to your feet, with your feet elevated like
Yeah,
this.
like
Arms up to your feet until you. And if you do this shit the right way,
yeah,
you end up doing like 100 plus of them shits. And then the plank for over a minute by then, you know what I mean? And then you doing the fucking sit-ups, you doing over 100 sit-ups.
Yeah,
That shit break you in, bro.
Yeah, I've been doing.
I'm telling you, that shit felt crazy. Like I poke my stomach and shit. Now I poke my stomach and feel like mad marshmallows and shit.
Yeah, and I've been doing. Before I just started doing the insanity, that was only 2 days, but I've been doing like what he said, crunches and push-ups, and I noticed I could, cause the best part of my body is my legs. Like squats, that's nothing. I could do squat, but it's not nothing. I still feel it cause my thighs are sore, but it's easier to do it. I mean, but my arms, I have terrible upper body strength and everything. But since I've been doing push-ups, I've been doing them like throughout the day at work. Like on my 15-minute break, I'll do a circuit where I do squats and do sit-ups and crunches, and then on my lunch I'll take like 20 minutes of my lunch and do that too. I've been doing that like a few times a week, and I notice I'm able to do more now, push-ups and more sit-ups than I could when I first started. So I feel like
progress.
Yeah. And the squats, I'm able to go deeper, and cause my balance will be a little off sometimes, and that's why I have them heels right there, because well, I'm a woman, you men obviously don't have to do that, but the heels help with balance. Like, so if you're trying to like a deep squat, like I don't know what you call that one or whatever, but like it helps with your balance to do it, like to keep your, like you said, that's important. Your form. So that helps when I do the squats. I put the shoes on, and then that also, even just walking in heels, period, that tightens up your calves. Like you can feel it when you're walking. So that alone, so putting that on, put it on heels while you're working out, like definitely.
Let's talk about for our first topic. And to piggyback off of what you said, bro, like, ladies, it's good to keep yourself in shape. I know you say, it's for you or whatever. It is good, health as well. But men like when you have some type of goal that you set for yourself, not necessarily ambition, but some type of goal that you set for yourself where you're working on yourself to become better at whatever it is that you do that drew me to you. Your body looks good and your body could look better instead of worse while we're dealing with each other. So it's really good to acknowledge that, and men pay attention to your accomplishments when you're doing shit. A good man is gonna be like,
I see you being consistent.
I see you.
That's sexy. Consistency.
I love how you moving.
Consistency is definitely sexy.
What do you think about?
Let me just say one more thing about that, because you said working on yourself. I'm sorry. I was watching this video and this guy was talking about the adrenal gland and that has access to stress or where how you get stressed out when that's too
adrenaline.
Yeah, you get too much adrenaline, and he said exercise can help with that. That causes anxiety when people when their levels are not right for that. And I do have a lot of anxiety. I overthink constantly, and I also I want to work out to get healthy. I want to get in shape, but I also want to get healthy. I haven't been feeling like I was, and I was overweight of what I should be, like just over my BMI. So I want to feel better, not just look good, but I want to feel better mentally and everything. And your body is your temple. So if you're working on stuff, that will help with your mind too, and help put you at ease. That will eliminate a lot of pressure and stuff. If people have anxiety and stuff and they don't know how to deal with it, that definitely helps. If you're stressed out or something, you could just burn it off to go for a jog or whatever.
Box.
Yeah,
you also,
I want to do that with y'all. I know I'm a woman, but I
you also want to encourage. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. We also want to encourage women to well, not just women but men as well, that it's okay to improve yourself with the intention of finding a suitable companion. You know what I mean? When you're at your best, you're gonna get the best. You're not gonna get. You're not gonna be getting subpar. You're not gonna be getting subpar options, unless you're putting out subpar results for yourself. So that's good to understand, and it is good to do things for you. Yeah, understand that's perfect. To have the ideology that, listen, I need to work out because it's better for my health.
And
Instead
also,
of
but it is better for that too. I agree with
let me
what
finish.
you're saying.
Because I'm gonna let you get the final thought on that, and I'm going to the other. It's good to do things for yourself, because being happy with yourself when you look in the mirror and all that other shit is important for you to have successful relationships. But don't get me wrong, it's nothing wrong with having relationships. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's and I think Kanye said this when he was going on one of his rants. He said that one of the most important things in life is relationships, and I agree with that. I think that is important, to have valuable relationships. So not just any relationship, obviously, because you don't want to just say that, because then people be like, oh, well, I had an abusive relationship. I don't mean that. I mean, obviously, good relationships, we understand don't gotta be explained, but we gotta break it down to the 2024s.
It's okay to be used, just don't be misused.
That part is very important. All right.
Yeah, because we're all gonna get used, but it's like they said, you're always gonna suffer in life, but you gotta find the words that you're suffering for. Yes. But I agree with what you said. That it's because, well, luckily I mostly specifically on shape and being healthy. I've always attracted men that were in shape, but I noticed that I got in shape, and they will lie and say you're not fat or whatever, but I know I see the difference from what I used to look like. I was never skinny, but I wouldn't go back to that size because I see the difference. I looked at old pictures and stuff, and they were saying. Then when I went on Kendra, I ain't gonna go into that, but when they was talking shit, they was like, I know, like, niggas be lying because if they already fucking with you, they're not gonna say like, oh, even if you ask them. But I don't
think it was a consensus though. It wasn't a consensus that everybody, oh, she big as hell.
No, but it was. But there were people saying it, so yeah, it's like. But I already know myself, like. But I don't like. I am a woman that likes to hear the truth. So I know you'd be like, oh, you don't want to hurt your feelings, but no. If I'm asking a question, it's because I really want the answer. Me personally, I don't. Isn't the truth when everybody could tell us? Because maybe but if people said it at all, then I can't be crazy. See? And I know I am over my. Okay, if we're gonna go by BMI, I know that, but I can also see my clothes are tighter. We went to Six Flags. I was cramped up. I never felt like that in a ride before, so I know that I didn't. I wasn't happy with it myself. But it's like, it make you feel like you're crazy when I'm saying, oh, I need to. Then they're like, you're not fat. I know fat. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if 1 + 1 = 2, like.
I don't think it's that simple. I think the
they
scope,
probably don't look at it like that. They don't see it that bad.
Well, yeah, because the scope that people look at from the outside looking in, they're not looking at you that way in some cases, and some of the people that are looking at you in that way, they already found things that they find that they can deal with. Your personal perception of you has to be improved, and that's only going to improve when you taking better care of yourself. Once you get to a certain point where you're going to do that, you'll see results. You'll see attitudes change. You'll see people treat you a little bit differently. You have to want to do that for yourself, obviously, yes, but understand that will improve relationships. It's a fact. But yo, the shit with what's his name, the football player that got the weird dreads.
Cam Newton.
There you go. I'm mad that you knew that before me. Cam says some crazy shit on his podcast with a chick.
What did he say?
And a lot of people are like, well, women specifically are going off of it. And I'm gonna actually look at it because I seen it, but I don't remember exactly what he said. I want to get the right
He's
context.
basically saying that,
because I don't know who that lady is.
well, I don't know who the lady was, but from what I gathered from it before he plays it, he was basically saying that a lot of women don't see him as like what he sees himself, because he sees himself as like a high value male. He's making a lot of money. He's a provider and all this other shit. But what the woman was saying is, well, bro, you still have mad kids, and you know what I'm saying?
He's like that, like a pookie.
That's hilarious.
That's what they call a pookie when you got mad. But he's married now, and the chick is ratchet, but they work.
Is he married now?
Yeah, he I don't know. It probably only been like a year.
I thought he was single, right?
He's married. To this, she's an actress. She was on this show, a Tyler Perry show called Sisters, but she's ratchet. But he likes that, so it works.
But
and he said he feel like
that's
this. So he felt like he was up there. Erika Mena is cool with her. Or I don't know if she's cool with her. She knows her on some level because they were having a conversation about her. But I think it's only been like a year or two that they've been married. It hasn't been long.
I think just because you have the money doesn't excuse you.
And that's the thing.
From certain.
Yeah. Doesn't change your personality. It doesn't. It just.
No, it might change your personality.
No, it just enhances what you already were, because you may want to act a certain way, but sometimes you don't have the funds to do that or have that attitude. But then when you get the money, it's already in you. That just brings it out.
True.
But it's already there. But if you're corny, if you got all them baby mothers, you can't take your kids away. So it don't matter how much money you got, money to take care of them. That's still a turn off to a woman. Some people could look past that or whatever, but it could be a turn off depending on if the woman if she don't have kids and she don't want a man with kids or whatever. And then it's like, what else comes with it? It's not only the fact you have kids, you got to deal with another woman. Is there baby mama drama? If you got multiple baby mothers, I don't think it's usually possible for them all to be on the same page. You gotta have one crazy one out of it, because why are you not with them? What happened? Or whatever.
Exactly.
And then it starts to become you too, because if you have multiple baby mothers, what were you doing? You would just knock your chicks up. There was no intention behind it.
The more broken families
you don't have no discernment.
Exactly. I agree.
Just like for a woman, if you flip it around, a man don't want a woman with a bunch of baby father or a bunch of kids, like some don't even want one or whatever.
But I think it's different for women because there's more women. You see what I'm saying? So some women are gonna have to settle more than men because of the numbers, just sheer numbers. We're talking about sheer numbers. Like, I think women are gonna have to say, look, like, there's not enough of us to gain a certain lifestyle. So
for me, that wouldn't be a deal breaker. I'll have to look at it as a whole. And it depends on how many baby mothers, but if I would need to see if your relationship is good and everything else about you is what I'm looking for, then I could possibly
Listen to what he said.
I respect that.
Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be. A woman cannot do
That's
that.
not true.
In most cases,
That's not true.
okay, she's not willing.
No, I'm saying that no
He said
man
anybody
can take a
can.
woman and transform her
She
into
said
what he wants her to be. She came in and is willing to allow you to tell her what you want and she'll submit to those. You're not God and you're not the
I
potter
agree with her
maker.
on
So
that.
your hands ain't on no pot, sweetie. Taking a woman and conforming, you just don't have that power. You probably would like to, but you don't have that power. You can take her, like I just said before, with the womanizer and the guy who be being in your studio and say, baby, these are the qualifications, and she chooses, which is her free will, it'll never be yours, to hit them points or not, because you can never take water. Hold on, you can never take water, baby, and make this 7-Up. You can pour it out and fill it back up, but this will never turn to what you wanted. You're not Jesus, you ain't turning water to wine. That's not how it happens.
All right.
She's cooking.
Now we
Yeah.
could look at this several different ways. First of all, I'm gonna just let you know I don't agree with her. I agree with what Cam said, and I want you heard what he said. You said what you said before you heard the video. But now after hearing that, how do you feel?
After hearing it, I feel
Well,
like
you already heard it.
Oh, okay.
Her.
I didn't hear that part, by the way. I heard another part.
I agree to a certain degree because
Notice he said anybody too, not the
Yeah,
interject, not the
that's
interruption.
what I'm saying. You only gonna pick from a certain woman because you're Cam Newton or because you're a guy. Period.
He
You
said
want a
anybody
certain-
though.
He said anybody, but you don't want anybody. So
No,
you
he
can't-
said, being who I am,
Yeah, he
I
did.
can take anybody. He didn't say man or
But
woman.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Right. But
Not
listen. This is why I wanted you to hear the video
weird.
because to get a little.
Is he gay? Like, what
Hold
do you
on.
mean? I thought we were talking about
He's a
relationships.
trainer. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
man, what?
Hold on. It's elements. That's what I'm saying. It's deeper than rap.
Alright.
So let's see where this is going. So the guy is saying, being who I am.
Mhm.
Let's take it apart. Let's not selective this shit. Let's take everything apart. Being who I am, status, resources, etc. I can take anybody
Mhm.
and form them into what I want them to be.
Okay.
Right? He said a woman can't do that. She gave pushback. She said a woman is not, she already made it like woman. Like a man, you could probably do that to a man, but you can't do that to a woman. That's how she took it and saying like, if you take a woman or you choose a woman, yeah, she'll have a list of things that you want and she has to conform to your desires, to your list. She may or may not do that. You're not God. You don't have the control to be able, hold on. You don't have the control to be able to change somebody's mindset. If that's how, hold on, let me finish my point, then you would go. You can't make somebody do what you want them to do in so many words, right? So she's saying specifically to women, which the way I look at it is like, okay, she's defending women, right? But not defending mankind. And saying like, okay, well, you're not God, you can't do that, especially with a woman, whatever the case may be. She has to be willing. But a woman's natural trait is to be feminine, submit to the man that's leading her. So if you're in a position to lead someone and you get somebody that is in a position to be led, then you possibly could change them to what you would want them to be, because you would have to give them tools. Yeah, a list, a guiding list. But he wasn't saying he wouldn't have, he just said it face value. He wasn't saying I wouldn't give her a list or I wouldn't tell her that these are the things. But he's saying in so many words, I can make a person what I want them to be. So obviously he probably has a list or whatever the case, requirements or whatever, etc. That's gonna make you be a good quarterback, make you
That's
be
what she was saying, though.
a good football player,
requirements.
make you be a good business owner, make you be a good wife, make you be whatever. And I agree with that. I agree with what he said. If she disagreed with that, she disagreed for no reason. but she gave pushback because she wanted to say like, yo, like a woman, you can't do that to a woman. Da 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 da.
Well, let's hear from a woman's perspective. What do you feel?
My answer is quick. I was trying to say it's still the same factor as what you said. It's subjective. If the person is willing to take your tutelage and let you be, like you said, they got to be in a position to want you to lead them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not teachable. Everybody's not. But the people that are interested in that, yes, that's possible. Like, and women are supposed to be something that is naturally in you. And when you get around someone, or you're from of a man, if you're a woman and you get around a man that has that ability to do that, it will change you and because it'll naturally come out and you'll start to do shit that you probably didn't do before. You would never interacted with that type of man before, because a lot of men don't have that.
Yeah, I agree. So basically, you're saying it's subjective depending on
The
how he
person has
affects.
to be suitable, has to be able to listen or willing to listen to what he's saying in order to transform.
Okay, I respect
And
that.
everybody's not going to be that. That's my only pushback.
I respect that.
So yeah, it's definitely possible.
Like, just hearing E, I kind of agree with what she's saying, just off the strength that it's like, when he says everybody, I feel like what he's really talking about is a monetary thing. Like, I have enough resources, we'll say resources, we won't say money. I have enough resources being Cam Newton, being a football star, being, financially good, that most people, or not even most, he said anybody, anybody will be subjected to do what he wanted them to do, essentially, because, he has enough resources for it. But there is women that genuinely don't want you for your resources. So that's why I said it's subjective, because even though it's not a lot of them, even though the majority is still the women that he is talking to, there is a demographic of women that don't need you for your resources. You know what I'm saying? They just fuck with you because you really fit the narrative on what they want. You know what I'm saying?
That was a bold statement, especially how, I don't know if she was a basketball wife
I don't
or
even
something.
know who she is. That's
She
why
sounded
I
like a
didn't even watch.
therapist.
She was something.
She sounds like a therapist.
She looked like a basketball wife. But
That's
it
hilarious.
is what it is.
What
She might
do they look?
like that.
Her. That's hilarious.
But she might be a respectable therapist.
Nah, she was talking shit. I saw another clip. I think he was talking about
She ain't no Isaiah Levant, whatever the fuck that is.
Who's that? She ain't Love Dorsey. Dorsey be killing that shit.
Nah, she a little more advanced than her, but yeah, Love Dorsey deep.
Love Dorsey deep. She trying to keep the black family together. I respect Love Dorsey.
I mean, you can't always give them sugar all the time. You gotta,
Yeah,
still gotta give them medicine.
She take the female Kevin Samuels approach.
Huh? What did she say now?
Love Dorsey.
What did you say about Ayan Levan?
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
I just
Well,
said she a little
maybe that'd
more
be like
advanced
fix
than,
your life.
than Love Dorsey.
Wow.
The black, she's a black older lady, probably like in her.
Telling me to
60s.
fix my life, I wouldn't know her.
But she holds both people accountable, men and women. So whoever, like, people come up there, they stay for a couple of days, and they like have people trying to repair their relationships and their families and marriages and stuff. It's like she's like a counselor.
How y'all feel about counseling for a relationship, not a marriage, but for a relationship? How y'all feel about counseling?
If you feel like
That's a
it's
good topic.
necessary. And I think
Counseling
before
for a
anybody
relationship.
gets married, they should go to counseling too, even if they think everything.
Before they do it,
I don't like that, because
I don't
now
know about before.
it's inviting.
I think. Well, this is why I don't agree with that. I don't want to just disagree just cause. I think when you get into a relationship, people should already be doing the self work. So you might want to speak to somebody individually before you think about speaking to somebody
in a relationship
Yeah, you
that
should
y'all
do
in.
that too.
But if you're if you're thinking about getting married, you already thought about that. So I mean, everybody's different. But I just don't think you want to have a therapy session before your marriage. I mean, it's gonna be like, yo, damn, why y'all getting married? If y'all need to do that,
It doesn't mean something.
it don't mean nothing bad. It don't mean nothing
People
bad.
date.
But you should already be on a basis of communicating. You should be doing the right things. So if you don't know what those right things are, then yeah, maybe you should seek.
I said even if
A
you
relationship
think everything is going good.
So then I agree with what you're saying. Then the relationship therapist.
You know what it is?
You
Because
don't want to
personally,
get married and then
I think the only time you need a therapist is when you have nobody else to talk to.
right.
If you're healthy,
Sometimes
Hold on,
people
E.
that you
hold
talk
on,
to
E.
don't
If
know
that's what I'm
what you
saying.
talk about.
That's why I said if you don't have anybody else to talk to, and those people are who qualifies,
You have
to-
to identify that
or
too.
don't
Some people
qualify.
can't.
You see what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. If you're healthy and you're mentally stable, I think you shouldn't. You have people to go to, right? If you don't have people to go to, then rest assured that's okay. But people that have people to go to and that have people to talk to and that could counsel with people other than people that's getting paid, I think that's important too, because
It's good to have. I get what you're saying.
You
It's
see
good
what
to
I'm
have.
saying?
It's good to have a circle
you
of people.
shouldn't get paid.
People that you confide in.
You shouldn't have to
tell
pay
them-
for that.
But
You
hold
see what I'm
on,
saying?
hold on. But I get what you're saying. You can have people in your life that you can confide in and tell different things or whatever. And
if you
feel-
don't,
and hold on. Nah, hold on. And you can be because I don't want to put this like image that therapy is a bad thing, even if you have people that you can talk to. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to understand that. I don't agree with that. I think that if you have people in your life, even if you have people you can talk to, right? Going to a therapist isn't necessarily because what she's saying is like, you know, just have it before you get into a marriage to see if you're marriage capable. Like if you guys have things that could actually be worth you wasting all this money on a wedding and all of that shit. See if you guys are compatible for this big step. If this is something that you guys want to do.
So you wouldn't know that?
I think we should already know that before we get married.
Some people, a lot of people don't. That's why relationships are not working.
Let me finish.
People
Those
are getting
relationships.
divorced.
Let me finish. With what you're saying is about relationships, right?
Yeah.
She's talking about marriage, so that's like
we started.
Hold on, listen.
Still before marriage,
listen.
so
She
that
said,
would
well,
be the
listen,
relationship.
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. You're talking about a relationship, going to see a therapist. She's saying before you get married, you should go to see a therapist before you get married. That's her opinion. What I'm saying on both of your accounts is I don't agree with her opinion of what she's saying. It's her opinion. I respect it. I agree more with what you're saying to do that before you get married because you should already have these things worked
That's
out.
what I said.
So no, but hold on. But because you made a whole nother point. What I'm saying is if you're in a relationship, the people should be working on themselves to try to put themselves in a place. If you know you got whatever you dealt with, sometimes you can't just go to your friends and tell them or whatever. Sometimes, say you murk somebody, you know what I mean? It's people that you probably can't tell that to because if they become implemented in any way and they know about some shit, they're gonna panic and they might say the wrong thing. So you gotta, right. So if they don't know, they can't say shit. You can't trust them with that information, and that's perfectly fine. You could go to a priest and say some shit, you know what I mean, do a confession if you Catholic or some shit, but you can't really go to a therapist and even tell them some shit like that because they have an obligation to present information that may be harmful to you or others. So protect people, that's their job. So you gotta keep that in mind as well. The client confidentiality shit, yeah, it goes so far until the law is involved and somebody is
you can't
at
talk
risk.
to them about that.
Right.
Either.
So you know what I mean? So it's certain
You gotta,
shit
like,
that they gotta be
work
like, yo,
around it.
you know what I mean? It's certain shit that happened and such and such and such, and I think that they may be in danger or somebody else may be in danger. They have to do that. But like certain things is more comfortable to talk to a licensed therapist about, even if you got friends and people that you could talk to, because a lot of niggas or people rather, have not had
I'm not mad.
similar traumas.
I'm
So
just-
when you got similar traumas and you can relate to it, you're not gonna say something weird as fuck that can cause somebody to commit suicide. Because you understand. If you don't understand, you don't know how to approach that, especially if you're not used to mediating or you're not used to coaching or things like that. Because that's, I mean, it takes time to understand how to communicate with people. You gotta read people a certain type of way. Go ahead.
And you say people should know that, but people don't know, obviously. Look at the divorce rate. People are not staying together. They're having
Because of
children.
therapy?
There's broken home. No, I'm saying, because he said they shouldn't have to go, right? You said they should already know.
In the marriage.
In a
To get
relationship.
married.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
I was saying-
Starts,
I was
yeah,
saying-
in a
you don't
relationship.
think, you don't think they should get counseling when they're in relationships either?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you should go to
I
counseling.
disagree with that.
Like I said, I don't think you should go
But
to
wait,
counseling
let me
with.
finish what I was saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's there's something wrong because there wouldn't be so many people. Not, I think they don't know what they're getting into, or they don't know each other. They're ignoring red flags. There's something going on, or the divorce and the relationship rate, broken homes and families wouldn't be so high if everybody knew what they were doing.
Leave when you find out that a person's not perfect.
In America,
Nobody's perfect.
I know.
In
I know,
America,
I was being facetious. Go
in
ahead.
America, you are rewarded.
That's why the therapy.
You are
that you're
rewarded
working on.
for divorce. You are rewarded for cheating a lot of times. You are rewarded for a lot of these things that you shouldn't be rewarded for.
Go to
It's just
therapy before you get married.
Hold on. It's just the norm here.
Right.
Therapy can't change that fact. Therapy, the best therapy can do is a listening ear. And I'm not mad at that. But
That's what
me
you
personally, I'm not going to pay for a listening ear when there's other forms of therapy.
It's
For me,
suggested feedback. It's suggested feedback.
Okay,
I don't
well,
want
I can't agree
suggestive
with that. You don't
feedback.
have to
That's
go
what
to
I'm saying.
clinical
You see what I'm saying?
therapy. You can, people can
Another
see
form of
therapy,
therapy.
but it has to be effective because
That's what
if
I'm
you're
saying.
A
still
lot of
not
coaches don't
changing,
support straight
For me,
if you're
or
still not,
therapists.
yeah, if
I
you're still
rap.
not,
Go for it, then.
if
I
you're,
make music.
yeah,
I
but
listen
if you're,
to
but
music.
the purpose of going to therapy is to identify things that you may not have seen to make yourself a better person, and sometimes other options other than clinical therapy don't point those issues out. So if you don't know what they are, then you're not able to work on it.
But
Some people
that-
are not self-aware.
This
So that's
is
why
this is
it's
why
necessary.
having discernment is so important, because once you
Everybody doesn't have
hold
it.
on, listen to what
Common
I'm saying.
sense and common-
What I'm saying is this is why having discernment is so important, because once you are aware to certain things that you want in your life, having the discernment can help you benefit and get to those things faster. Like, let's say I like sneakers. Let's say it's something plain like that. I like sneakers. Me and Smiley cool. So because I'm cool with Smiley, because Smiley also likes sneakers, he could put me on to his sneaker connects, so on and so forth. It's therapy is the same thing. If you talk to the right people, they don't have to have a PhD, but you know, hey, when I talk to this person makes me feel better, or this person makes me feel this way. You see what I'm saying? I think what we should do, instead of being so quick to pay, me personally, I'm just saying, I think what we should do is have more discernment for the people in our lives, and then use them properly for these type of situations, instead of having to pay a stranger who doesn't know you to give you a false narrative of happiness. Because who's gonna know you better? Your fucking friend that is wise? Not no just anything friend, because anything friend is the nigga that you knew him for years, he ain't shit, he cheat, he drink, you know what I'm saying? Versus the friend that's actually helping you. Yo, he was your moral support when you had your first kid, because you was freaking out, and then this motherfucker had his kids, so he's letting you know. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like we as a people need more discernment on who we have in our lives, so that we don't have to have so-called qualified people and pay to talk and express ourselves. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you agree that your upbringing, your parents are responsible for like putting certain things in your head, or certain morals and values and beliefs and stuff that comes from your parents, right?
Majority, not all of it, because you're a sponge. You soak up everything.
Yes or no? Do you think
I do.
They play a role.
Majority.
Okay, so with that being said, there are a lot of people that weren't the best parent. They did the best that they could, but they weren't able to, and sometimes the best wasn't good enough. Like, yeah, they were able to survive, but they didn't teach them discernment. They didn't teach them how to identify certain red flags or things that could be to their detriment if they don't identify it or whatever. They had to pick that up along the way. Sometimes you have to go through certain experiences before you recognize that there is sometimes the people around you may be in a similar situation. They weren't taught the proper things, and they'll tell you the wrong thing to do before they tell you what's right. And sometimes it's frowned upon when you do the right thing. When somebody won't shoot a nigga, sometimes you're a bitch ass nigga or whatever. But why is that the answer? Like, that should only be self-defense. So if your entire group of people that are around you are like that, you have to, sometimes you could be like that too, because that's where you're raised. You have to get to a point where or meet someone to be able to teach you that or put that in you. And sometimes that has to be a therapist, because if everyone around you is on a different wave and telling you to go the wrong way and you're trying to come out of that, you need to speak with someone that's trained in that area. And I do think it matters what type of therapist you go to. You have to find the right one. I don't think you should just go to anybody. You have to find one that fits you. I would suggest, if you're African American, finding a black therapist, because they may be able to understand certain things that someone from another ethnicity wouldn't get or whatever. So that also helps.
But what
mental health is
what I was gonna say was, wouldn't that qualify them as having nobody else to talk to?
Yeah, but you can't control the environment that you come from.
So
you can get out of it later once
they don't have nobody else
in
to
a position.
I just don't want them to get the wrong narrative about what I believe.
A lot of people don't.
All I'm saying,
that's giving them the correct information.
If you don't have,
to talk to, but
if
they're
you
giving
don't
them
have
bad advice.
Nah,
and that's why they're
that's
in
not somebody to
that
talk.
They're in
I can't agree and say that if you're,
you don't think that
if you
there's
have
people that
no, listen to what I'm saying.
It gotta be unbiased.
What I'm saying is,
a therapist gets paid to be unbiased.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
and if you ask your friend for advice, they're looking only from their perspective. A therapist is not supposed to do that. They're supposed to give you an overall view.
So that's not their perspective, a therapist's perspective?
They give you an overall view.
How is it an overall view over your
because
friend's
sometimes when you get advice from a friend or a family member or something, it can be skewed. And like, for example, if you have an issue with, say you have an issue with one person, and then the only person you can talk to about it knows the person too, or whatever, or y'all all have a mutual relationship or something.
That's part of discernment, yo.
It's not the same, because you might get,
that's my
some
discernment.
People might be able to, everybody doesn't
say,
have
hey,
that.
I'm gonna go to this person.
So they have to find that.
I can only speak for me. I can't speak for nobody else. And I'm not mad at anybody that decides to go to get therapy. All I'm saying is, to me, it starts internally. That's what I'm saying.
You have to have it internally from the beginning to have it.
Exactly.
Everybody is not equipped with that. That's what I'm saying.
But I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. And for me,
well, this is a
what I got.
This is not.
This is what I'm saying.
Not talking about
if we're talking about in general, then he is absolutely right. I believe in therapy for the general public helps, because the general public, I'm just gonna sugarcoat this. The general public is still voting for who they want to be president. That's where the general public is like. That's where their mentality is at. So of course, if you need therapy to deal with your day-to-day, and you're voting for Camilla or whoever you're voting for, cool. But all I'm saying is, I can't focus on them specifically, because they're really not focusing on us specifically.
Yeah, but the fact that therapy,
bro, therapy comes in.
Hold on. political affiliation affects your thoughts on therapy.
Anything you have
So
to
that you
pay
need
for,
therapy in the first place.
anything that
You
you
one of those people.
listen to what I'm saying.
How the fuck do
Listen
that
to what I'm
anything to do
saying.
with that? Like, I don't give a fuck whether you're a Republican
Listen
or
to what I'm
Democrat, or
saying.
you're voting for Kamala, or you're
Anything
voting
you
for
have to
Elmo.
pay for
Whoever
is
the fuck you're
part
voting
of
for,
a
like,
system.
That's crazy.
Anything you have to
crazy,
pay
though.
for is part of a system. And if you need the system, then you need to pay. That's all you're saying. If you need a
don't gotta pay to
system,
vote.
no, you need to pay to go to therapy.
No, that's
you
what
need
you
to
don't
pay
gotta pay
to
to
eat.
vote. You don't
You
gotta
need
pay
to
to
pay to do certain things
You don't
in this
gotta pay.
country.
But you
All
pay
I'm
for
saying
it.
is, all I'm
You
saying
don't
is,
have therapy.
if you're in favor to always think that, hey, I need to pay, that's part of the system. That's a systematic thinking.
Society.
That's a
It's not
systematic.
necessarily
That's
that you
systematically
need.
thinking. If
It's
you think that I
accessible,
have
there's
to,
nothing wrong
no,
with
it's systematically
What if you
thinking.
knew a therapist?
It's
What if
it
I went
don't
to school-
matter.
Hold on.
Nobody
It's
said
What if I went to
need
school?
to,
What if I went to school
but
and I was a
it's
therapist?
helpful. You don't
Is it
have
free?
to.
Yeah, because I'm your friend.
Then it's not systematic, Smiley. It's
No,
only
I'm
systematic
a
when you
therapist.
have to pay to
Actually,
do
just
it.
I'm
watch
talking
the
about
movie
money.
where this
Oh,
guy
I'm
was
talking about money.
You're talking about money.
I'm
I
talking
get it.
about money. I'm
But
saying
just saying,
systematically,
if I
if you're
knew-
thinking
if I
I
knew
need therapy,
therapists, if
I need to
therapists-
pay.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If I knew therapists that would just let me come and sit on their couch for free, I'd go to them.
You do. You have
No, I
friends
don't.
that you
I
could
don't have
talk.
nobody that's
You have
no,
friends
no, I
that
don't. I don't.
okay.
I don't.
Well, then if you
I
don't,
don't.
then you
I don't.
need therapy.
I don't know
Then you
you-
need
I
to
do,
go
I do.
sit down and
I
tell
do.
a stranger
I
your
have.
problems,
Sometimes-
and
sometimes
systematically
the people
you're
around
trained
you
to
don't
think
get
that.
that
Because this is the
Systematically, you're trained to think that because you have to
Yelling and
pay.
shit.
You have to
The
pay.
therapist yelling at me, I'm gonna throw my fucking drink on him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
But
you?
guess what? Cause you're
Yeah, I
paying.
can't talk. I
Y'all
can't
paying.
talk.
Y'all not gonna get the real from a
If I'm talking
therapist
about-
because they're
if I'm
gonna
talking
pay
about
to
something-
listen
let me
to you.
let you understand something.
It don't matter what
If
the
I'm
fuck.
talking about-
It's not really.
let me let you understand something.
Oh my god.
If I'm talking to somebody that is not professional and I'm talking to them with something that is sensitive to me and they start yelling like you're doing right now, I'm
That
gonna
just
hit
makes
them.
you shut down.
I'm gonna wild out.
Bro,
No,
didn't
no,
I
no,
say
no,
discernment?
So there's certain.
Didn't I say there's
so
things
there's-
called
so
discernment?
again,
You don't
there's
have to
certain
choose
things.
to
There's
fucking
certain
tell
things.
what you feel like to the
But that's what
person
I'm
that's
saying, there's
yelling,
certain things.
and you don't have to
But
do
there's
that.
certain
But
things.
what I'm saying
So
is,
I'm saying,
you
if you
shouldn't
do-
be trained to think the only form of therapy that can help me
Nobody
is
said
something
those
that I
are
have to
forms.
pay
Nobody
for.
said
I am.
specifically.
That's what
There
I'm
are
speaking
other
about. So
forms.
what are y'all saying?
It's
That's
not-
all I'm
saying
speaking
that
about.
there
All I'm
are-
speaking
But
about
I'm
is
saying-
therapy you have to
I'm
pay
saying-
for. Shouldn't
No,
have
not
to be paid
necessarily. I
for
just
unless you're
said-
thinking
I just said-
systematically.
I just
That's all I'm
said-
saying.
I just said.
Is that wrong?
No, listen.
That's all I'm saying. We're not in a
That therapy.
disagreement.
No,
If-
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead,
You're very
sorry.
passionate about it because I know your culture does not support.
It's
fucking
not even
therapy.
culture.
It is though.
It's not even my
Because these are
culture,
your
bro.
beliefs you growing
It's
up
not
with,
even
and
my
you're
culture.
feeding off of that. You don't talk about stuff,
It's-
or we keep stuff to us,
No,
and we don't say
no.
anything about it. But listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. We live in a capitalistic society. Everything is an exchange. I'm not saying that transactional shit. I'm not saying that. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that going to somebody that's a licensed professional, they had to pay to get their license. They had to get several years of a course and read several books and learn about all these different people and Karl Marx and all different types of Aristotle and all the philosophers of our generation and all of our era and existence and understand behavioral norms and et cetera, et cetera. This is their profession to learn about people. So people that grow up in a certain environment, they know about their environment. They know how they were raised. They know whatever. And you have your own experiences, your anecdotal experiences. That makes you a great person. But does that make you a therapist? Not necessarily. So yeah, we can get therapy from our friends. We can talk to our friends about certain things, but there's just certain things that are too uncomfortable for you to share with your friends. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine.
Because
but
of your ego, because of who you are.
No. Let me
because
finish
you're
my point.
too
Let me finish my point.
This to
Let me
not,
finish my
you know
point.
what I mean, be vulnerable to certain
if-
people,
if-
and that's the discernment too.
Let me finish my point.
That's the discernment too,
When you're
bro.
when you're
It's like, yo, you're
when
still
you
gonna have to.
Bro, I'm still. Can I finish? Just let
Bro,
me
you
finish.
been saying
Let me finish.
this.
If I have
I
something,
got next. E.
if I have something,
I got next though.
If I
I'm
have-
trying to
if I
retort
have-
on what he's saying,
because you
yo.
can have your opinion about it, and that's fine. All I'm saying
That's
is
not
that
an opinion. All I'm
it's
saying
how
is,
you feel about it. Whatever.
this is how I feel about it. I don't think that is anything
Can I just
wrong
ask
with,
a question?
but after I say this, because I'm done. If you have to use therapy as a thing, a place to get you better in life because you've had certain either disadvantages or traumas that you dealt with that nobody in your circle has dealt with, you can't begin to understand it. You can try to put yourself in that shit and be empathetic, but if you're not genuinely empathetic, meaning I can resonate with what you're saying. If you don't, you're going to say something judged on your experience alone. A therapist, even if you're a friend of the therapist and don't charge anything, you do it pro bono. If you're one of those type of people, then you're still going to give an educated perception of the situation, unbiased, and I'm not going to be like, as your friend, whatever. No, as your therapist, motherfucker, this is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? And this is what's going on right now. You need to do such and such and such. And I'm not going to tell you what I think or what I feel you should do because of what probably happened to me. I'm going to say, this is the best thing. And then you can make your decision on that. And if you haven't had experience with getting through these situations and nobody else has had experience with getting through these situations, that person can help you. And I leave the floor with that.
Okay, can I say this one thing?
Go ahead.
So as far as the psychological feel goes, right? Have you ever heard, especially for like little black children, that a lot of our children gets put in the special classes or like they need the extra help and stuff like that? You see what I'm saying? And this was obviously a misdiagnosis because what it really is look, I'm not going to train your child to listen. If you're not going to be in your child's life to train them to listen, then it's not our job. So we'll place ADD on these childs or hyper whatever, you see what I'm saying? And then put these childs on drugs and so on and so forth. So for me, it's hard to trust that field to say these are the people that I need to book. Hold on. Let me say what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's hard for me to sit here and be like, okay, these are the people that I need to, or these. It's like a cop. If you have, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. It's just like a cop. Right? If there is a crooked cop in the precinct and everybody knows this motherfucker's crooked, but they don't say nothing, they're all bad. Right? Hold on. So at the end of the day, with that thesis, with that in mind, it's hard for me to be like, look, there is this psychological field that they know that they're doing this to these black children and they want me to come in and talk about it. They're not going to speak about that shit. They're not going to do anything about that shit. Do they know? Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
So at the end of the day, discernment. First of all, let's go back. Hold on.
We started talking about a whole nother, or get into the long story, because you about to say some long, go on a spiel. Let me just say this. Okay. So there are two different, the therapists that we're talking about, you just speak to, they can't even prescribe medication or whatever. That's a psychiatrist. I think a psychologist is the one that you talk to. They can't even prescribe medication, so they wouldn't be putting you on that. And you only need medication if you have a mental health issue to the point where like you're schizo or something. We're not talking about that or whatever. And I agree with you what you're saying about medicine in general. I don't take no type of medication in general. Even if I get a headache, I'll boil some ginger root and drink some tea. If I get a cold, the same thing. Like, I don't like taking medication. So I agree with you. There's a lot of side effects and it fucks people up. And there are people that I know that, yeah, they try to put you on medication when you were a kid because you're acting out in school, so they try to think there's something wrong with you or want to put you in yeah, that does happen. That's not what we're talking about. This is separate. And it's not hurting separate, you because I've gone to therapy before. Like I said, it does matter who you go to. You need to pick the right person for you. There are different therapists out there to choose. There's many out there to choose from just to have a conversation. that's not gonna hurt you. And from my experience, when I went, this was a black woman, and she would help me to identify certain things within myself that I needed to work on. And they don't just sit there and listen. They do listen, but they also come from yes, I'm working on it. But
no, I didn't say you're working on it.
Make you.
I said
that's another thing. You have to be. The fact that you're going to therapy in the first place, you already have identified that there's an issue or there's something. So why would I be going if I wasn't going to take heed to what she's saying? And then it made sense. It's like, you know what? When you're saying this, or she would just be like, what do you think? Because sometimes I already know what it is that it is like, but I'm not. And I got mad at her one time because like, and I stormed up because I didn't want to hear it, but she was right in one sense. She made me cry and shit, and I don't like crying or whatever. But it's been a while. I haven't but she made me acknowledge, take accountability for something, or teach me ways on how to not let certain stuff get to me or move on past certain things. And for people in some circumstances, that's necessary, and you're not gonna get it from the circle around you. You have to go to someone that's trained in that field and that's gonna be objective and not gonna get in their feelings about it when you saying something.
Patient. So your man couldn't do that for you?
I don't have a man.
I don't care if you have a man. I'm saying, could a man do the same thing that therapist did?
If they're able to, if they have the qualification, they're able to take themselves out of it and not be biased and not get emotional and start want to argue and go back and forth because they don't like what you say.
Do you believe that's a possible?
It depends on the person. Everybody don't have
it's
those
possible,
people
but
that.
Not probable.
Yeah, you have to have people around you that fit that mold. But and there's a lot of people that don't. And that's why the world is fucked up now.
All I'm saying,
people champion bad behavior all the time. If you're trying to do better, then
all I'm saying is what I've been saying. At the end of the day, it's all about discernment and the people that you choose to have in your life. And if you know these people are good at these things, then that is your therapy. Like, to me, think about it, from the beginning of science and technology and medicine and psychology and all of that, right? It wasn't looking good for our people because they took knowledge that we had and then they took it. Like, I'm not gonna get too deep, but when you look on every fucking ambulance or go on all the hospitals and shit, and you see a staff with the snake around that shit, you see what I'm saying? That's some shit that Thoth was talking about back in the fucking days. Right? Now it doesn't really matter about that they took this shit, right? But it does matter that they're making it so easy to think that these things have to be compensated for, right? It's like, does air have to be, let's say water, does water have to be compensated for? It doesn't have to be, but it is, right? And it's been compensated for so long that we just got used to it. So sooner than later, people are gonna be like, yo, we just have to pay for water. Like, I don't see a world where we don't have to pay. Like, bro, like, if we didn't have water, how will we live? Listen to what I'm saying. 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 I'm making a point as if certain things don't have to be compensated for. And when y'all talk about the therapy that y'all talk about, it doesn't come without the accolades of schooling, without the accolades of this. All of these requirements before you could say, I trust this person's judgment. To me, it shouldn't be, oh, I need all these qualifications. It should just be the discernment in how this person lives this life and has the people who he or she has around them. Like, that shit should matter. But to me, the more we go along, hold on, to me, listen, you're right. But to me, the more we're going around is more things turning into that. It's more things like, yo, it's better to have to pay for this than this shit should come free. And we're gonna get to a point where we don't think nothing is free. And that's crazy. Cause that's really a systematic mindset to have that we have to pay for certain things that are free. Like, we didn't have to pay to get here. Our parents did, but you know, that's because of the system. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have to pay to laugh. You see what I'm saying? Like, when we got older, the system said, okay, it's entertainment, you gotta pay to laugh. You see what I'm saying? And it's just easier to get into, yo, I have to pay for this for it to make sense. And all I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be in every case where that is true. That's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that.
Now, I just feel like we have to understand. It goes back to me saying what's understood doesn't have to be explained. My boy just likes to get into his passionate rants. But you're not wrong.
Not everybody understands that.
You're not wrong what you're saying.
That's why
But
you
you also have
talked
to
about
understand that
discernment.
we live in a
You have to-
capitalistic society. So I'm not talking about.
But we gotta do this for them so they can have the choice to
Well,
say, oh,
you-
okay, I
you
didn't
have-
even
That
see
sounds
it
like
that
You have
way.
you're
the
just
choice.
arguing.
You have the choice, yeah. 'Cause you
Nah,
have the
because
choice.
it was really like, yo,
Do you have any more?
at the
yeah.
end of the day,
I give it to you.
The idea is that there's nothing wrong with therapy. Not really the whole.
Yeah,
Hold on.
okay.
Hold on. The idea is that there's nothing wrong with therapy, but also understand that you should have people around you that are going to have your best interests at heart. So it's all about intention. And I understand what you're saying, like about yeah
This is yours.
having.
it's y'all.
Go ahead.
You didn't want it?
You want it?
I had 4 of them. I'm fucked up.
You can have a relationship with someone, and they can just be a good time, or they can just be cool, or they can just be someone to tell about the good shit that's going on.
Absolutely.
If you do have
If
a lot
you
of
want them
people,
for that.
but well, let's see where I'm going with this. If you do want people around in your life that are going to be a support system or whatever, sometimes you find those people through certain circumstances that make them that type of person.
Exactly.
So it depends.
Exactly.
Most of our lifelong friends, our buddies that we have a good time with, they're not the best people for counsel. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, okay, they're good for the. They're good for the. Hold on. They're good. Because you keep saying discernment, and I don't want. Even if people don't know what discernment means, I want people to understand that's not where I'm going with this. This is not a discernment conversation, but I get what you're saying with discernment. What I'm saying is getting counsel, because you're not born with that shit. You have to learn certain things from experiences. You learn through certain things that you've gone through to kind of get to that.
All I'm saying is
I'm not looking for a person, and this is just me, right? Just like you said before.
You are if you're paying.
Well, hold on. I'm not looking for.
You are if you're paying for it.
Hold on, no, I don't agree with that.
But how are you not paying for therapy?
I don't agree. But listen to what I'm saying,
Go ahead.
because you're talking about that again, and you just said you are if you're paying. I'm not looking for a person that I want to be friends with that's going to be a counselor for me. I'm not looking for that. And a therapist is not my friend. It's a professional relationship. That's the difference.
Yeah,
What we have, hold on.
You.
But hold on. What we have is not a professional relationship. We're friends. That's different. We could talk about business and shit, but the shit that I know about business, sometimes motherfuckers don't want to hear it. I could talk to niggas about business all day. But
So you're
that's
going to
not
therapy to talk business?
Bro. Okay. I guess you just listen.
I'm listening.
Just listen. What I'm saying is we're not communicating about business.
Okay.
We're talking about good times and things that we do and we chill, and this is what we did the other day, and this is how it was with my daughter, and this is how it was with my family, and this and that.
Personal
We're talking
shit.
about personal shit just like that. The therapist is a little bit different.
Okay.
Like, you're going to a therapist to talk about things like a diary. Like, you could write in your diary. Some people have therapy for themselves. Like, music is therapy, right? So you have that. You know what I mean? Some people have certain things that they do. Some people have a diary, you know what I mean, where you log certain things that you're going through in your life. But there's
different things that you can do to get that. I just found it easy because I grew up kind of a troubled mind. So I found it easy to talk to somebody that I don't know, and I want to open up to someone about certain things. So I went to this person because I didn't feel like they're gonna put on Facebook the conversation. Not saying that motherfuckers gonna do that, you know what I mean? But
what did they do that you really resonated with?
What I really
wanna
resonated?
know, like, why?
That's a good question because I want people to feel comfortable with therapy. I guess they just gave me a safe space to talk. They know that from the experience of talking to other people with prior experiences that they kind of knew what I was going through, and they could understand that you know, what I was going through was not something that was abnormal. Even if you feel like you're going through something, you feel weird and shit, they make you feel like it's not weird that you're going through this. You know what I mean? Like, a guy never had a period, but he has to tell his daughter about this experience and what she's gonna go through. So it's like, you can learn, you read books and you do it. Okay, these people get paid to learn this shit, so they have to do it. You will have to do it because you're a father, so you want to be better at it, you know what I mean? So you're gonna self-educate yourself. Do you educate yourself on being a better friend? Some people do, but I'm not saying that that's normal shit. Like, most of the time, you meet your friends for a good time, not really like a long time. So
I think it's
like,
internal though. You got to be better for you. You can't be a better friend if you're not a better person.
I want to be a better person for myself. I want to be a better person for myself, but I also know that sometimes you may need mentorship, you may need guidance, and sometimes a therapist can provide a level of mentorship. Hey, this is what you need to be doing. I know you don't want to hear this. Your friends probably told you this before. You need to listen. They're telling you good things. You got good people around you that care about you. Sometimes they praise the people that you're around. They say, oh, this person is a good person.
Yeah, if you mention them.
If you mention them, because you talk about everything to this person and you pour out to this person. I do have people that I talk to about certain things, but I practice discernment in the information that I give to people. You know what I mean?
They're not qualified.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? So everybody's not qualified for certain information, and I accept that. So these people, when I go to
certain things is only qualified to you from a PhD.
Certain things are only qualified from somebody that I feel will understand the human mind to a degree that goes beyond mine. I kind of have that.
Does that come with a degree, though? Like an actual degree?
I think it comes with that level of research or knowledge. So if I have somebody that I talk to, like me and my friend have really serious debates, you know what I mean? My brother that lives down south. But I know, like, on an intellectual based level, we can have these discussions and we'll go deep. But there's only a certain level that he can take me. There's only a certain level that I can take him. Because we only know what we know. We know from what we read. We know from what we researched. So we're not qualified enough to really handle the really harder shit. Like, he's dealing with certain situations in his love life. The way that I'm gonna explain this to him, maybe based off of how I want to do it, but because I care so much about him, I'm gonna tell him certain things. Like, for instance, your friend. When your friend came in here and you say he was having an issue with a new girl, everybody had a different perspective, right? The therapist will have a different perspective than all of us. The therapist would probably say, have you talked to her about this? Nobody really said that. You know, everybody had their like, oh, fuck that. She probably doing this, that, da, 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 da. But I think the more reasonable thing is, did you talk to this person? Do you really care to have that conversation with that person? Because if you care to have that conversation with that person, then it's worth working on and not just letting it go like that. If you don't care one way or another, then there's nothing to cut that bitch off. You know what I mean? That type of shit. I would be a therapist like that. I was studying therapy, so I know that they have to know some crazy shit. Go ahead, Mama.
Yeah, I had to take psychology when I went to school for medical, and I really liked that class. So I'm very intrigued with the human mind and how it works and what makes people tick and stuff like that. And the thing is,
Freud.
nobody's saying.
You're Freudian.
Yeah. No one said. My teacher was like, "You're so good. Why are you only coming here?" Well, he saw I was smart, because I would ask questions and have discussions with him when we were going over stuff. That was like my favorite class. And he was like, "You could be a doctor. You could be something. Why are you coming here for medical?" Even one time we had a test, or we had to write a paper. That's what it was. And I just got a B, but that was just nothing. just to get a beat.
So are you
Just
saying
to-
this to say
and
that
he
you're
was like-
qualified to talk to
No,
people?
I'm
Where's
just-
this going? Because I don't want it to
I'm
seem
about
like,
to-
yo, I'm just telling y'all,
No.
I want to see where it's going.
No, I was just saying.
Right.
No, because you just, this wasn't what I was gonna say, but then you just said that you love psychology or whatever, and that just made me think about like
Right.
I do too. And he was like, you
I think
gotta
we all
be
do.
like,
Oh,
you
Kind of brought
could
us to the table.
have, you could have got
The
an
mind is
A,
beautiful.
like because you're smarter than that. Like you just wrote something just so you could pass. You could have did better. But yeah, I loved it. But what I was gonna say is, even with all my knowledge and what I think, but people do be calling me and asking me for advice because I'm more aware, so I overthink everything, and because I delve so deep into psychology, even after that, I watch videos of this lady, like she's a licensed psychologist, and she specializes in different mental health conditions or whatever, and I watch her a lot, and I watch other people that are clinical, and the stuff that they say makes sense, and it identify why certain behaviors, why people do certain things, or what it could possibly be, not necessarily the end all be all, but it's something to look to consider of somebody throwing shit around, and they might have had trauma in their childhood. Normal people don't do that. That could, if you're wetting the bed when you're over a certain age, then that could be linked to some type of childhood trauma, because that's not normal if you're like 10 or 13 and you're still wetting the bed or whatever, things like that. So it's just because I have that knowledge, that still doesn't make me, just like you said, you could talk to your friend or whatever, and they might have a good intentions behind what they're saying, but that don't mean that they're qualified to give you the advice that they're giving to you, and that's why sometimes a specialist could be necessary. And you don't have to go to a therapist or talk to one, like we're saying, that you have to pay for it. Like he said, you could have a diary, you could write it down, you could write a song, and whatever works for you. There's more than one way to skin a cat. But this is there's nothing wrong with this, what we're saying, because you're saying like it's just totally, well, this is what I'm getting from you, that is just totally, you should never go speak to no one. Everybody doesn't have people around them that know what they're talking
Like
about.
I said,
Or
if
like
you
you
need
said,
to
it's
talk
a
to
friend.
talk to a therapist. I'm just saying that, we've gotten far away from like the point where we didn't need therapy. Not all of us, not the majority of us, but now it's just the norm.
It's not cheap.
That's what I'm saying.
To be honest, it's not cheap. Like good,
Especially good
You know what I mean?
therapy,
Good.
yeah.
What the idea
And
of
shit,
good
with
therapy.
this job I got, I be needing to talk. I haven't gone to therapy in a while. Actually,
With
but
the
I feel
military,
like
they
she
provide. I
opened
mean,
my
military,
eyes.
like you didn't have to wake up from bombs at 3 o'clock in the morning every night. You know what I mean? So talking to somebody that's dealing with
They
people,
can just listen,
That's-
but they're
that's
not
dealing
gonna
with-
get it. They're not
dealing
gonna.
with people that
I
have
think that's necessary.
talked to a lot of people
So,
that have gone through that experience and seeing how
Necessary.
some of them
By
are
all
affected
means.
by it, and watching how I'm affected by it. You know what I mean? And seeing like I'm not really affected as much. So that to them could be like a cry for help or something like that. But it's not bothering me. It doesn't necessarily keep me up at night, but it's just something to keep in mind. Like, yeah, I do have this experience. I have gone through some things in my life, but I feel like I'm more equipped to handle certain things now than I probably was when I was younger, because
of the therapy.
not because of the therapy,
So what
because of
changed
keeping
you?
myself busy, keeping myself active,
Mhm.
and trying to create a purpose or a narrative for myself.
What did you change after the therapy? What did you learn from the therapy?
You
Or
know
was
what?
it just a good
What was
feeling?
useful with that is it encouraged me to take more risk. I started reading more. She encouraged me to read a little bit more. She encouraged me to push myself a little bit further with my business. Some of
You
my
was doing
friends,
your business back then?
I had started my business shortly
Paint,
after.
right?
Shortly after
That's-
I
oh, you're
had
better.
therapy. Sure.
Alright.
Yeah, cause my boy like challenged me and shit. That's really how it
See,
started.
that's dope too.
He really,
that's
like,
counseling
he really
too.
said some
Your boy
shit.
counseled you
And I was
too,
like, nigga, I
I like
started
his counseling.
I started a painting company.
But that's not
I started paying
counseling,
company.
though.
Why
That's
is not?
negative.
Because he not qualified.
He told, because he said
He
it
helped
and
him
like
start a fucking business.
he didn't help him.
Oh, now he didn't help him.
Because he was talking shit and he was just trying to prove him
Talking
wrong.
shit is motivation.
But that's not.
Talking shit is motivation.
Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not.
It depends on who's talking shit to you.
Nah.
Because if my girl, if I'm with some,
if your parents talking shit to you, it could have
that
dire
motivate
effects.
me too.
It could have dire effects.
I mean,
on your mental ability to deal with people and build relationships with new people in your life.
That's why
so
a lot of people
it's
have
important for
anxiety
people to have. It could, you know what, like. You know that saying, if it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger type of shit. So a lot of shit, that's been my mantra. You know what I mean? Living my fucking life. Like, I've been through a lot of shit. I've been broken bones, fucking scars, fucking wounds from fucking objects, all types of shit. And I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm not, you know what I mean? I got both my eyes, all my fingers are here, you know what I mean? On my toes. My feet a little fucked up, but nigga, I'm still alive, nigga. You know what I mean? And I look at it as resilience. But I also have to understand that the reason that I'm here is to teach people through my experience, teach people that haven't gone through certain things that I've gone through, so they could look at it from a different perspective. Because a lot of people just look at things from their basis. Like, you looking at it from a way like, okay, well, this is what I think. But I'm like, yeah, but I went through this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not really like, I'm not really saying that you wrong with what you experienced. I think everybody has different experiences. But what I'm saying is, when I did it this way, it worked out better for me. Maybe if you do it this way, it'll work out better for you. But you don't have to do it that way. You can do it whatever feels right.
But didn't you have to do it when you did it? It's not like you volunteered to do it. You had to do it. It was mandatory.
The military?
Yeah, because the military.
The military, so, all right. So let me explain the situation. So the military, when I did whatever I did, you talking about therapy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was a choice.
Oh, so they
that was a
just
choice.
like, hey, do you
no,
want
it's available. It's available to you at no cost. So it's like,
yeah, so you felt like you wanted to talk to them.
Absolutely.
I ain't mad at that.
It was, you know, especially I'm not paying for it.
Especially at that situation, there was nobody else you felt like could have understood you like the therapist could, right?
How would they if they've never been?
I don't think, like
what? They're in soldiers. They've been in crazy shit just like you was.
They don't come.
But they're not therapists. Like, okay, like here's the thing. They have a chaplain. They have a chaplain that's a soldier who has similar experience, but he's also therapist. You know what I mean? He also has a fucking minor in psychology or something to that respect. So
I feel like that's fine because you didn't have to pay out of pocket.
Right. Your whole thing is payment, and then you go the PhD. PhD is just a fancy way of experience. You know what I mean? Or knowledge of. You know what I mean? So if you
even doctors, like you remember the witch doctors? We demonize the witch doctors now.
If you took 3 years,
we say they're all bitches that live in the swamps.
This is what I'm saying. If you took 3 years,
but really,
OD, you took 3 years to educate yourself in a certain education for 3 years, because it takes about a year for you to become an expert in something, like actual year of time, like 365 days, however you stretch it out. It could be over a 2 year, 3 year period, but you have to be at least a year. But you tell me, let me finish.
Document.
When I finish, you'll know.
I document.
When I finish, you know. You always interrupt. That's another thing. Therapists let you chop it up. They let you talk. You get so passionate. You get so passionate and want to interrupt and interject because you get triggered. A fucking therapist does not do that because their job is to listen and write shit down and then come back to it, which we don't do, which we should do because it's more respectful. But in any case, when you're talking to a therapist, they're listening to understand, not to argue. It's not about an argument. And I think if I paid you, you shut the fuck up. I was like, yo, like, here, let me get this money. I'm gonna be quiet. You know, let this nigga talk. But but I love it. I love the discourse. I love us being able to engage. I love us being able to go back and forth.
But this is why.
But this is not a therapy session.
Like,
it's therapeutic.
This is why, because this is the recourse that you get. You get an argument, you're screaming and yelling at each
It's the
other.
recourse that is necessary because
No.
some things,
No, it's not. Not
some
all the
things
time.
Because you're only
It's
looking
definitely
at it from
sometimes.
one side.
I'm not talking about sometimes, I'm talking about this time specifically. This time specifically.
No, it's not. Because you're telling people not to
listen,
have therapy. That's
no,
bad. That's
no,
false, that's false,
no.
false
That
narrative.
is a false
Pushing
narrative.
a false narrative.
I am not telling people to not get therapy. I am saying that we have come far where a lot of these practices only are validated by degrees or financial stability. It's not, yo, I just have this person.
we just said why.
Listen.
We just gave an
It's,
example of why.
listen. It doesn't matter why. It matters
No,
that.
it don't
listen,
matter
listen,
why. You just said-
listen. You know why it doesn't matter why?
But you
Because
just said PhD.
You
that's
are
not-
gonna argue.
listen. You know
See, that's
what?
what I'm saying.
Listen.
You
No,
are
I'm
gonna
not.
argue,
It
yo.
doesn't matter why because at the
argue.
end of the day, it's not gonna change.
I just said.
How
if
is it
you
gonna
had
fucking
3 years,
change?
I said if you had
How
3
is
years
what gonna
experience,
The
bro, I
the
think you
need,
would
the
have a different
necessity.
respect.
Listen, the necessity for people to go to the therapist and feel like I have to pay to get this experience. I can't get this experience without paying somebody who I feel like is certified with documents. That's all I'm saying is a foreign
And you
concept.
say
Listen,
document, though.
is a systematic concept. You can find therapy from people without PhDs, and you can find therapy from people who didn't go to school for it. It's just knowledgeable people.
Again.
Listen. Oh my God.
Again.
So
I
all I'm
gotta
saying
interrupt you
is,
because-
all I'm
because you
saying
said
is
the same
no.
thing. You
All
just-
I'm
what
saying.
I just said, what I literally just said to you goes against what you're saying right now.
And that's
'Cause I didn't
fine.
say- 'cause I
Smiley.
didn't say nothing.
So,
I didn't say nothing
Smiley,
about.
I
didn't say
am
nothing
not.
about a
Listen,
PhD.
listen to what I'm saying.
I said experience. I said you know some shit. You educated
your
yourself.
experience,
Have education.
your experience is validated by schooling, and if that schooling,
Education doesn't have to be
Education.
from
yes,
school.
it does because
Right,
you
no,
have
it
to
don't.
pay
No, it
to
don't.
educate
No, you
yourself.
don't.
Once you go
No,
to
you
college,
don't.
you have
That's
to
a lie.
pay
You
to
can't-
educate
I'm
yourself.
an example.
So how is it a lie? Did you go
You
to
don't
somebody?
have to
Did you
go
go
to
to
school
a
to
reader?
learn
Did you
stuff.
go to
I'm an
yourself?
example.
Did
I'm
you
an
go to a
example.
friend that
I'm an
read?
example.
No, you went
I'm
to
an
a
example.
psychiatrist
I got
that went to
education.
school
I got
that had to
education.
pay,
So the
and
point
then
that you just
that
said-
you
It's
said
I got
psychologists,
education without going to college for
psychiatrists
something.
prescribe
psychologists,
So that goes against what
psychiatrists,
you're saying.
different.
all of
That goes
them,
against
both
what
of
you're
them
saying.
together, you have to go to school. To
I
do.
got education on
You-
what I know.
if you don't have to
from
go to school to
learning
do it, then you're not
myself.
validated to
If
do it
you learn 3
and get
years,
money for it.
certain
There was a
shit,
nigga.
Then I will
Remember the
respect
nigga
what
that
you're
used
saying
to
about
practice?
that.
Remember the nigga that used to practice being a doctor and he ain't had no credible whatever? That motherfucker was probably healing people, but it didn't matter. He was a fucking fraud. You know why he was a fraud? Because he didn't have the right documentation. So listen to what I said. It didn't matter that he was probably healing fucking people. He was a fraud. He didn't have any of his credentials.
The law is the law.
The law is the motherfucking law.
But
The
that still doesn't
system,
make-
the system
Yeah,
is the
it doesn't
motherfucking
help. It's
system. The system says you have to pay for services. The natural world says you don't have to pay for these services. You can just find them.
A therapist has to have patience, has to be objective. They
All
can't take stuff personal.
You can have
They
a friend
to
just
have
like
an
that.
open
You
mind
can have a
to
friend
be
just,
able-
just like that.
A lot
But
of
it's your
people
choice.
don't.
It's not. I'm not talking about a lot of people that refuse to say, "Look, I can just find this in people instead of having to pay for these services." I'm talking about the people that's saying, "Look, I don't have to pay for these services to get this." That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at those people. I'm not
agree.
saying that they
There
shouldn't have
is
therapy.
free- there is free
They should have
There is
therapy.
free therapy options. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at
'Cause
that.
I'm not talking about
Yeah,
necessarily
that's
money.
what's up.
But I'm saying we in a capitalistic society. But I understand what you're saying. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you're saying. Don't say my name because I know you want to disagree. I'm saying the same thing that you're saying. I'm saying it. But you're saying that therapy, fuck therapy. I'm saying that you can get therapy from someone that's educated, whether they went to school, whatever the fuck. You're getting it from somebody that's educated in the science of the
and
brain
versed in what you're
and well versed in what you're doing because they talked to several people with similar experiences. That's what I'm talking about. Not saying that you couldn't do it. And that's why I gave you the analogy. Is if you learn this, not necessarily going to school. Maybe you watch YouTube videos for a year. Maybe you fucking read a whole bunch of Audible books. Maybe you read a fucking book. But all I'm saying is you learn enough of this shit for me to respect your view on that shit.
So can I
I'm not gonna talk to my nigga that be popping niggas in the hood and tell him about a relationship advice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
How do you know that? Hold on, E. How do you?
Saying,
hold on, E. How do
know?
you know that person did that work? How do you know? What tells you that that person did the work, the due diligence, the years of? What tells you that that person did that work? What tells you? Hold on, let him answer that. What tells you?
I'm gonna tell you.
What tells you that?
Because, like you said, discernment. That's why I said
discernment don't tell you that.
Yes, it does. Because that's why I said it
so
matters.
You go to a therapist because of discernment?
I said it matters who you go to. When you're selecting a therapist, selection matters. Because everyone doesn't care about it. Because they're regular people, right? So they're just doing it. Some people don't pay attention. Some people, there are specific type of psychologists that deal with specific disorder. What?
You can't have discernment over nothing. You have to be qualified. What qualifies you is the paper. The paper that says, yo, I went to school to do this shit. Yeah, because y'all try to act like y'all not saying. Because you're completely avoiding the answer because y'all know what it is. You're sitting here saying, look, discernment. You can't say, you can't say discernment when you know damn well discernment isn't until you have a qualification. A qualification is something you gotta see, is what y'all saying. Because it's not nobody that you're saying that you can't have the same conversation with a friend because you want them to be. He said this specifically. So I said, okay, what qualifies a person? Because you're saying it could just be a person.
And I name things, but you're not listening. You're only talking about the
What did you name specifically? You said discernment. No, discernment is not a thing.
Before that,
discernment is a judgment. It's not a thing.
You can decide which therapist to use. If you
a therapist based off of what? Based off of a degree. So there goes. Are you gonna back to? You're asking questions. All I'm saying is you're answering already. You're saying a therapist, right? If I'm saying that, listen, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But you're saying it's a therapist. I'm saying a therapist needs to get compensated. And the only way you know that person is a therapist is the qualifications. What is his qualifications? His degrees in schooling. So this is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that's cool. That's cool. But it's also cool to say, yo, we also are better than that. Mentally, we could be better than that. We could have discernment, like you said. We could do these things to just operate in a frequency where we're just around good people that's beneficial to not just our pockets, but the whole community. It could be like that, and it used to be like that. So for it to be like that, for it to be like this now, to me, is a little disheartening. That's all I'm saying. Just a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, and then we're gonna wrap it up. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it because we're going down the rabbit hole with this one. So just because you're a quote unquote good person or a subjectively good person, that doesn't mean you know it all or you know everything or that your answer is always the best answer. And a lot of times this is what a therapist does. They don't know you personally. So they're not going to feel a certain type of way when you bring up a topic that's triggering to them. They're not supposed to. If you get a therapist that's getting in their feelings and they yelling and shouting and going back and forth with you, then that's when you use your discernment and decide you need to go find another therapist. Because that's not the one for you. They're supposed to be patient. They're supposed to, like he said, they're supposed to listen and let you finish before they say something. They write it down. They give you things. They tell you, okay, this is the issue that you're having. Go home and do this. Write down 10 things that is bad about this situation. Write down 10 things that are good, or write down the good and bad. If the good outweighs the bad, then this is what you do next, or whatever. If they'll say, are you gonna let? And this is But it is like you talk to your friend, they're saying stuff while you're talking. A therapist won't say anything. They'll just be quiet until you're completely done talking, and they'll give you steps or give you homework or things to do. If you're not even listening, and most of the time this is what happens, or they'll just give you bad advice. Like for example, a relationship, the answer that your friends or people usually say is just leave that person. Oh, leave him, girl, or whatever. Like that's always the answer. They don't care what he did. They probably didn't like him from the beginning anyway, or whatever. But it's not about what they like. And the first thing you should do is talk to your person and not go to everyone else. Even before you go to a therapist, sometimes you should talk to the person who you're having the issue with. But sometimes you can't talk to them because sometimes they don't let you talk and you can't give an answer out. So it does help to have that. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy or whatever. And people could have the knowledge of there are people that are open-minded that will sit and let you say what you need to say and get it out, and they'll give you valid advice. But there's not a lot of people like that, and they may think that they're doing that or they're being objective, but normally people only see things from their perspective. A lot of people are not open-minded to take their self out of a situation and give an objective view on it, and that's what a therapist provides.
It's just a professional versus just a regular person. That's the difference. But that's a deep discussion. I mean, ultimately, he's not saying that therapy isn't good. He's just saying that you should, yeah, right. And you should be able to trust the people that you're around for counsel,
100%.
which is good. Yeah, it's good to have good people surround you. That's like I said earlier. Kanye West said one of the most important things is relationships, and I agree with that shit. You know what I mean? You got good relationships with your people. You know what I mean? It's gonna definitely be a better situation for you. You're gonna have better outcomes if you are surrounding yourself with good people. So I definitely agree with that. It was something else that came up.
Everybody talk about
this rapper. Go ahead.
No, it was rap shit. It was politics basically.
Politics shit.
Did y'all see it? I guess Kamala gave a speech.
More word salad.
I didn't watch her speech.
I didn't watch.
But we could talk. We can talk about that before we talk about the rapper.
I be watching that shit. The
rapper was slain.
I ain't gonna hold you. Who?
We can talk about the politics shit first if you want.
I mean, politics is politics.
I was gonna end with
the
the politics talk because that was gonna probably drag.
I don't really got too much to say. I said how I feel, and I just don't want to go to war. And I feel like
we about to do it. Let's go.
If she wins, we going to war.
All right, so
just out of the ego of men,
this is how.
Just out of the ego of men, they're gonna be like,
remember, they had a Queen of England, but listen.
Yeah, but she was on some other shit.
Exactly.
We know about that bloodline.
You don't think?
No, we don't think. We definitely don't think a queen is a president. We definitely don't think the queen is a president now.
No. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Of England, she's the ruler.
The queen is up, nigga.
In charge.
The queen is really in charge. The president is just a figurehead.
No, but I'm saying like
they got a little power,
a person that's supposed to be the commander of a certain area or whatever, because that's what the queen is, commander of England, or was prior to her demise.
But she had a king. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be just her by herself.
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying.
But for decades, she had to be whatever, right? But listen where I'm going with this, because you can't have the women versus men without acknowledging.
Not even
without acknowledging it.
I'm just saying.
Now hold on. To my point.
Running.
There's a military that supports that power, right? The military is gonna be like, yo, watch your fucking mouth. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna be on no, you know what I mean? Don't think it's gonna be sweet just because she's a female. She's still the female president of the United States. Yeah. So tread carefully. You know what I mean? So you have to acknowledge that. And yeah, other ambassadors and shit, they might try to talk to her. They might call her a B or something. But guess what? I bet you will be a drone strike
It'd be like some crazy shit. Like don't
War. Exactly.
Don't
We're
think,
going to war.
Nah, but
bro.
I'm saying don't think.
We're gonna go to war. I'm thinking that. I'm thinking just like you.
But that. Let's see if you're
It's
thinking
gonna
like
be
me.
a drone
if you're thinking
strike.
Like, if you're thinking like me, then that it has to be in the back of the mind of a lot of men. Hold on.
She's
Hold
gonna
on. If you're thinking
retaliate
like me,
just
that has to be in the mind of a lot of men. So your approach would be nigh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Or you
It's
might,
nigh.
or you might just be like, you know what? I'm not gonna fuck with it because we don't want the smoke. It's how you feel about it. You can't just look at it like if you're a world leader, you can't just look at it like, oh, she's a woman. We're gonna invade America. Okay, bullshit. I'm gonna tell you, I know some dudes that's not gonna let. It's dudes that got rocket.
What I'm saying is
regular people.
What I'm saying is the scenario that you just had, where it was like, oh, it's disrespect, and then we're drone striking. I think that'll happen before they bomb us. I think we will do some shit that we won't take lightly to some words.
You think she's gonna be emotionally uncomfortable?
100%. 100%. Why? Because she can't even formulate sentences without laughing at that fake little laugh. Anybody that fake laugh like that, to be trusted as the president of the free world, we're doomed, nigga.
Would you vote for Kawhi?
They're sneaky people.
Would you vote for Kawhi Leonard for president of the United States?
How she sound?
Yes.
He got
you hear his laugh?
I don't care about his laugh.
What? Yo, come on, bro.
That's his natural laugh.
Arguing just to
That's not her natural laugh. Because she can't be laughing about. She can't be laughing about the serious shit that she says half the fucking time. She's like, oh, the context in it. What's funny about the context? Like, what do you really? Once you laugh at shit like that, it's not even that she could be lying. It could be deceit. It's what I'm saying, deceit. I see the deceit in anybody that can laugh about nothing, and then you're thinking that she's laughing about something, but she's laughing about something totally different. That's deception. So now we see a personality trait that is sneaky, but then we're saying, okay, let's go back in their history. Then she got a track record for doing deceptive things, sleeping with people, married people, allegedly, to move up the corporate ladder. You see what I'm saying? Fucking with certain celebrities to get in certain, you know what I'm saying? She played the game and she played it well, and I'm not mad at her. But one thing I am mad at her is don't use your blackness as a convenience.
She was. I did look into some shit. I'm not gonna hold you. I did look into some shit because I was getting tired of hearing that she was like always arresting black people and stuff like that. So I looked into her track record, and most of the stuff that she fought for was pardoning and getting off a lot of black people, and she got scrutinized for that. So she came with a different approach to get looked at for by some of the other political party people to show that she was more tough on crime, and she was actually more lenient on crime than tough. So I didn't know that, and that is beneficial to us. But you gotta like look at like what are people's angles on certain things. Like her as a female, I feel like we need a stronger female, not one that's so easily swayed or like manipulated by her emotion. If you're gonna be strong and stand firm on whatever your policies are, then I can at least rock with that. You don't have nothing to say because that whole Democrat, Republican shit, I don't give a fuck about that. What are you talking about? Go ahead.
So it's my heifer on the beat, bitch. So take a deep time. I'm about to talk my shit and fuck Kamala Harris.
You heard?
Fuck Kamala Harris. I ain't with the politics. And y'all think Trump could really make America great again? So yeah, F the politics. I didn't watch the speech. I don't know what she said. But in reality, I was watching something and this guy, they were having a meeting or he was talking, or somebody was interviewing him, and he was like, if there's a cyber attack, like, yeah, they could come and blow it through a bomb or whatever, but if they do a cyber attack, it's going to be like, leave the world behind. Well, he didn't say leave the world behind, but the roads is going to be blocked. Maybe not the car is going to drive by themselves, but you ain't going to, the gas station's going to be closed, all the stores going to be closed. We're not prepared for nothing because you would have to have a bunch of water,
actually
all
run
that stuff.
Teslas.
You're gonna need to have like everything. There's gonna be no electricity.
Mhm.
Everything's
It'll
gonna
be
be
all bad.
gone.
It'll be all
They wouldn't even have to do nothing after that. We would just take care of the rest of it
Yeah.
for them. So, and that don't matter who's in office.
Mhm.
Like that could happen with whoever's there.
That's what I'm saying. It probably be like that. That's why I said we gotta start really thinking ahead. Like if shit like that is gonna happen, the last thing we should say is, "Damn, we talked about the shit on the pod. We talked about this shit on the pod, and we ain't do shit about it. We are not ready, yo.
We need to be.
Shit is gonna get real if it get like that.
Loud with certain. Not so much as just a discussion.
If it don't matter who is in office for that to happen, it's
just
scary.
as loud as our conviction. You know what I mean? If we feel a certain type of way about something and we feel like it is a necessary change, then we need to implement that in our lives. Like if you feel like if you don't trust tech, then stay away from it. Be more in tune with surroundings. Learn how to spend water. Grow your own vegetation. You know what I mean? Do shit like that.
I seen a video of somebody filtering the water, like he dunked it in, and he had
making water, like
that's osmosis and shit. You gotta get a big ass machine for that.
Nah, this
Woody
guy
was
got
just
some
in
wooden
the
shit
water,
that he using.
and
Woody
the
Harrison.
water was dirty.
Yeah,
and
Nigga, that was
spends his own
he
water.
had like a bottle,
nigga, that was
and it had
his own
he put
water.
something
No, he
through it,
spends
like
water.
some
He
string.
spends
Woody Allen.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Harrelson. Oh, my bad. I thought you said Woody Allen.
White making a jump.
There was a video.
That's my guy.
That nigga's smart as fuck.
There was a video of this guy. He was like in the water, and the water was dirty, like muddy water. And he had a bottle, and he put some threads through it or something. I don't know. Then he hooked up a nozzle to it, and this was all portable. And it was like, then he had another container that you could see the clean water came out of. I'm like,
So what was he doing though?
I don't know. He had some device or a.
Is that what he's talking about? He's
I'm talking
spinning
about
the needle?
Nah, I'm talking
No,
about
he
spinning
said
the water,
making
water.
yourself. He got the
making
water
water.
out
Oh, he
of
was
the
just cleaning
ocean.
it.
Out of the
Oh.
elements, like out of like air and shit, and using the
Fuck
sweat
outta
from the air and the condensation to make your own pure water out
That
of
is
air.
fire.
That's some crazy shit.
Nigga,
How long
They
does
didn't
it
take
take?
it all take forever.
Exactly.
Take fucking
You don't
forever.
have forever. So that's why
I mean,
the
you have-
other option.
you
where
don't
can
have
do
to
that
ever-
too,
Yeah,
You
But-
got time, nigga, and if you know how to do something like that, nigga, that could be helpful, nigga, if you ain't got
Because
no
they might
water.
poison them.
Yeah,
Cause you
you
could
could
keep
still
on
work
doing
on
it
it.
and have enough bottles
filter
to
out the
sustain for a
poison.
certain amount of time, but you just gotta probably do it like every day. Make sure you spend some shit for like 5 hours, and that'll be your job.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do it, but that since that takes so long, in the meantime,
Yeah, you
at
gotta
least
ration.
you could get the water and clean it yourself if you know how
Right.
to do that.
It's all different types. It's purification tablets and shit. All different types of shit. But that's
They
just
even
crazy.
said your shower head, and I'm gonna get one.
I just got a new one. I got a
With a
rainfall,
filter.
and I got a
put
fucking
vinegar in that bitch.
and a fucking
A bag
and a
of
thing.
vinegar with that.
The fucking pressure shit that you
Duct
can
tape,
pull
that
off. I got that
shit
shit from Amazon. That shit was like $20.
Yeah, no, but I'm
Shit
talking
thorough.
about
That's
a
filtered.
filter.
That is filtered.
Oh, that's
It is
is
filtered
it a
because
filter? Because it'll
it's
say
a filter
that.
filter. Like it's a. First of all, it's a shower head, and then it's like another part that you put in between that like kind of like strains the water into another part, and then you put another part in between that to keep water from leaking out the side, like a little rubber piece, like a washer, and then you put another filter underneath that, so it's like 2 filter parts. Because the filter is just the shit with the hole, and then the water just drop out. But if it's
No,
enough
there's
pressure,
one
it
that
come out.
actually says like the one you hook up to your sink, how you drink, because it's the same thing. You're not supposed to be drinking that water, so you're not supposed to be washing.
Where is the dirt and the debris going? It's staying inside that thing. It's not.
But that's
going
not, if
over.
it don't say that, if it's just a shower.
But that's what a
head
filter.
that
That's
come
what a
off,
filter
they actually
is.
have one that
But
says
I'm saying that's what.
filtered shower
Okay,
head.
that's what a filter is. Where do you think that water, that stuff is going? You think it's disappearing, or it like got some fluid in there that's dissolving that shit? Nah, it's just it's going. It's staying inside a water system that's like the drainage, and it's so fine that
shit that's in the water is not able to go past that, but it's so small that it stays trapped behind you. So at some point in life, that probably would have to be replaced or have to be cleaned. But it'll take, it'll be years before that shit.
Yeah, the one with the filter on, you have to switch it out.
Exactly. But the way my shit's set up, my shit is like triple filtered. Cause the shit come out, it's like a little rubber shit, and all the water come out that shit. So that's like drops, but it's so much pressure that it stops it in there. Plus it got the filters and the pipes. And I hooked that shit up myself. Like, nigga, I ain't no plumber, nigga, but that shit was like simple shit. And I got tools. I love tools, nigga. I ain't gonna hold you close. I just have like a lot of shit.
Sound like you was talking about guns. Huh?
Right. Yeah, tools, nigga. Well, white people talk. Tool is a male member.
I was about, or they call you a man a tool.
You're a
Like
fucking
it's such
tool,
a
dude.
tool, like an
It's a
asshole.
dick, yeah. my boy, he say that shit. He's white. He skydives. Shout out to that nigga.
Oh, y'all went together?
Nope. He went with some young niggas.
Why you go?
Cause he ain't invite me. He was supposed
No,
to.
I'm saying you said you wanted to go again.
I did. But I got somebody that wanna roll, so I was like, yo, I'm excited that they wanna do it. They scared. They say no. Crazy. But yeah, it's politics is crazy. I don't know, whoever people want to vote for, whatever. I really don't think whatever choice we make is a probability. Like it's all probable shit. But is it a possibility that this could happen? Like maybe. Probability. I don't really think nothing crazy gonna happen. I think it's just more like I think it's just more like people just gonna be in their feelings. And what I do believe is we might have a civil war. I did say something. We're not supposed to really be talking about that on YouTube, but I think we would have a conflict amongst ourselves.
We'll call it a Marvel civil
Yeah,
war.
that's what the guy said. That's what would happen if there was a cyber attack.
Yeah.
But no, not even just that. Like saying that there's internal powers at play that will probably do some shit. I mean, talking about inciting possible purges.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
stuff
takeover.
like that. You know what I mean? Like people
Join us and live in the dome.
They're fighting for resources.
We have energy. We have running water.
Did you see
Everybody
the movie
going
with
there.
Kirsten Dunst?
Which one?
She was like a photographer, she go to different war zones and shit, and she take pictures and shit.
It's new?
It's new, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a good movie. She's like a photographer and take like crazy pictures. Like like there was.
You said it's Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah,
I haven't
bring
heard that
it
name in a minute, yo.
Mary Jane.
Bring it
Oh shit, yo.
So
Spirit. These are not spirits.
you know how
Get the fuck
the shit
outta
that happened
here.
in Gaza. The guy was taking pictures.
Oh, it's a
and-
serious role too.
Like the guy take pictures of
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shit, like the bombs,
The
the
war
kids, and all that
picture
shit.
motherfucker,
So
yeah.
she was doing that. So it's like it's a lot of action, it's a lot of drama, it's a lot of crazy shit going
Life
on.
was at stake, basically.
Right, and she's taking crazy photos. Like right when somebody gets taken out, she's there, and it's a little girl following her the whole time. Like it's crazy because the little girl that want to be just like her. The United States in turmoil, so they're going through all these different states to try to get to DC to have a interview with the president and take pictures and everything, and they're trying to get there before the civil or the regular the people.
The people.
What would you call them? The anarchists, I guess, right?
Okay.
The anarchists that have their own militia that are going against the government. So
What's
they're
they doing?
invading the government and they're trying to take over the president. And before they take the president out, she wanted to have a conversation. And she was like, you gotta give me an interview before you come, before you delete
They
him,
could have
whatever.
blew her ass.
Nah, they was protecting her until, you know.
Niggas in
Until they
the
couldn't no more.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna let y'all watch it.
Yeah, that sounds like what I
It is a
watch.
good movie. It is good.
I still gotta watch the.
But you're just seeing that the whole element of, you know, us being at war with ourselves is kind of a crazy thing because it's like
It's the scariest thing.
it's the scariest thing because you don't know who to trust. Your
Right.
neighbor,
Mhm.
your neighbor could be
Could
on.
come to your door and
You know what I
blow you
mean?
away.
They could come to your door and be like, "Yo, we know that you got a shelter downstairs,
Yeah,
let us come,
in,
you know, let us come
we'll
in.
do it.
and we won't do anything. We promise.
that's crazy.
We don't have enough food. Yes, you do. I know you do. You go shopping all the time every Tuesday. You know what I mean? It could be up like that. So you gotta be careful, like who you. Back to what we say, who you surround yourself with. Have discernment in people that you keep around because you gotta be able to trust them in certain situations like that. Would you be when somebody be like, you gotta think about you got your own family and you be like, come on, I have a child, like let me in, like you know what I mean, and you can't let them in because you don't have enough to help them and them, or
And you
could
don't
give
know
them
how
a-
long it's
you
gonna
don't know
be
how long
like
it's
this.
gonna be before you get to, you know what I mean? So you gotta think about that, or you could just be like, yo, I'll let them in, but if they try to bogart themselves in and mess up your stuff, and then you can't keep other people out, then you might have to be, you know,
What if they hit a switch for everybody that got that?
got what?
That I can't
Got
say it.
that.
I can't say it. The 2020 thing. That.
Oh,
Yeah.
allow.
Jabberoo.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what if they
Oh.
hit a switch?
So then
and then everybody.
So then those people are effed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
They hit a switch and all the people that got the Jabberoo
What?
are zombies.
Oh.
zombies.
Yeah.
And then those people are effed. Cause
No, the other people is
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're gonna be after
No.
us.
we go
no,
exactly.
no, but-
we go
no,
bite us
but-
and we gonna have that too.
but you know, like what you do, like you gotta arm yourself. You know what I mean?
But we
Or-
wouldn't know. What if it was just a switch?
You just gotta arm
like,
yourself. You have to, you know,
And then you open the door and
exercise that.
Like-
Exercise that.
What if the lights go
Watch
off
the
and
news,
they just turn on
See
the
what's
zombies?
possibly going
and you
on.
at work.
Cause it's gonna be. Cause when it happens,
Yo.
it's gonna play out like it plays out in the movie. Like
Yeah.
it's- when it happens, it's gonna be like a newscast. It's gonna be like live in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
You know, this is crazy. There's something going on with the people. I don't know what happened, but everybody, you gonna know, like, yo, what's going on in Wisconsin? You gonna look outside,
They
and you gonna
finally
see
gonna-
that it's crazy.
They finally gonna play
You
that
better have your
siren on
joint.
TV.
And you know what you gotta do? Headshots.
Lock the door.
Headshots. Oh,
Feel that?
Ah.
I feel that.
And you know, like headshots. So you know you can't miss. You know.
Oh,
You got
zombies opening the doors now. Yeah.
Somebody already twisted
Yeah,
my
that's
knob
true.
the other day. I don't know who it was, but
Crazy.
Fuck.
A rapper from Philly, he was taken out. I was watching DJ Act talking about it.
That's crazy.
he was
It's
on
kinda
the live.
crazy.
What's his name?
His name was something Dula. He was from Philadelphia, and they called him the most disrespectful rapper.
Well, then there you go.
He was digging up somebody's grave.
What?
Yeah, one of his ops. He was digging
Oh.
up their grave.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy, yo. Like, and he was around the area where PNB Rock used to be at in
In Philly?
Philly, because that's where PNB Rock was from. I didn't know PNB Rock was from Philly.
Yeah, I think it's
That's crazy, but I mean, I still gotta say rest in peace because he was one of mine. You know, he was an African American. You know what I mean? He was a young brother, and I wish he had discernment. You feel me? And he could have made better choices in life, but
Yeah, because why?
these young dudes, they rap about this crazy stuff, and they try their best to live it because a lot of people said, "Oh, you rap about that, but you don't live that." So now they living it, and they doing this crazy stuff.
Yeah,
And
because he called his bluff. Like, oh, you
Right.
think I won't do it? Okay. And then this is the result. Gotta do better. That's because they don't have nobody around. They don't got no OGs or whatever that's giving them knowledge or telling them they don't have.
because they be afraid. Like I've been hearing like a lot of OGs, like they don't want to waste their time with these young dudes because they don't trust them.
They was talking about holding men holding men accountable, women holding women accountable
Right. I agree
on
with
the
that.
piece. But they were talking about it, and Shan, the lady Shan, was like, she will hold people accountable, but it depends on how they're behaving. Because like, if I know you're not gonna be receptive to it, but you're gonna curse me out, because she says she's not a confrontational person. She don't like to argue. So if a woman is screaming and yelling at a man, calling a man a bitch ass nigga, then you think she gonna listen to you if you say, even if you're respectful, you're like, yo, chill, you're like, please, like, don't, you're not being very professional, or that wasn't nice, or whatever. They might curse you out, and she not like that. She don't be fighting and stuff. She not ratchet or whatever. So they were like, oh no, you're just women don't hold women accountable. Y'all just, she said she do. That's the reason why she created She Critique, to talk about things like this, or talk about how women should behave, because she don't get into that. She never been in no fight. She's not like that. She hung up because they all started yelling at her because it was like she just not holding them accountable. But she said she does it in a different way because she's not confrontational. So if I know you're gonna be like, bitch, mind your fucking business. She didn't say that, but that's basically what she meant.
Yeah.
If I know you're gonna say that back to me, if I'm getting that energy, then I'm not. But especially if you're not talking to me, because they're like, you shoulda. Because that girl Cookie, Cookie always be getting into it with the people on the piano. She be going talking crazy to the guys sometimes. She do be doing that. And they were like, the women should have stepped in and said something when she was and she said she said, now if I'm up here with Miss Taken, her and Miss Taken are friends, she knows her. So she was like, if I'm up here and she's being disrespectful or saying something like that, that's my friend. I know how she gonna react. I know she not gonna curse me out or nothing like that. So I'm gonna tell her, like, no, don't do that. You shouldn't have said that to him. Apologize. That's not nice or whatever. Don't do that. But if it's someone I don't know how they're gonna react, I don't know them, it could be possibly putting myself in danger. Some of them, I mean, you're on the internet, but people be crazy. They'll get into arguments with you online and be like, pull up, bitch, where you, try to find you and stuff or whatever. Like, you never know. And she's not like that. Like, she don't fight or whatever. And you want women to be feminine. I feel like, and they were like, oh no, you should hold all women accountable. If you expect us to do da-da-da, but men are supposed to be protectors. Women and men have different roles in society. If you say you want a woman to be feminine, then that means non-confrontational. So you can't get mad when
discernment
she's...
is feminine though. Like, confrontation is masculine. So if I want her to have discernment...
That's why I said non-confrontational.
Yeah, then she's going to have discernment. Because there's no...
Yeah,
there's
and
gonna
be
be
like,
no
no, I'm not even
confrontation
gonna
if she
say
has-
nothing because you're not talking to me, and I
Yeah.
know how she. But I don't want to. But they're basically saying no. You should any women
That's
that's out of
masculine.
pocket. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But they were all
That's
ganging up, and she
masculine.
ended up hanging up because they wasn't. They basically took it out like, you're not holding women accountable. But she said she wasn't even there on that episode. But that girl done plenty of times. She done went off on people, but she was like. She was like, I wasn't on that episode or whatever, but and she was like, there was another incident with someone else, and she was like, she didn't know her, but she messaged her afterwards and had a conversation, said, this is how we conduct ourselves as women, and this is how
Teach her
basically, but she didn't have to say it in front of everybody, but and
went
she
to school
probably
and
waited till
embarrassed
she
her.
cooled down too, because like you said, if I say something to you now and you all hype and you curse me out, like I don't.
You don't want to say it, yeah.
So if you want her to be feminine, that's how she is. She might raise her voice a little, but like she don't want to argue and be all loud or be catty and go back and forth.
What's her name? Miss Taken?
No, it was two women up there. The other lady was Miss Taken. Her name was Shane.
Shane.
Yeah, Shan is very feminine.
Yeah, but she ended up hanging up. Her.
I was learning like a woman will open herself up more, put her guard down more if the man makes her feel more comfortable, makes her feel like she can be vulnerable because he's safe. She feels like she's in a safe place when she's around him. She feels protected. in that sense of what she sees of that man, in that sense, she feels like she can just be relaxed and don't have to worry about the stupid shit of the world. Like she knows she can let her guard down. She knows she's gonna be fed. She knows she's gonna, you know, not have to worry about him swinging on her or some shit like that. Like she feels comfortable. A man needs to be able to understand female nature. Sometimes women are gonna be moody. They're gonna be feeling a certain type of way, and you just have to respect it sometimes. But I'm not gonna, as a woman has to understand that I'm not gonna keep on begging to find out what the fuck is wrong with you. If I ask you one time and you say you good, then you good. I'm not gonna ask you 3 times. I'm gonna only ask you once. And I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Like I asked, so that meant I cared for that moment. And if you said you good, I don't care anymore. Not worried about it. Unless you bleeding, and I already know I gotta do something. But if you're not bleeding or nothing broken, and you just
Oh, you
know what I mean? That fucking shit, nigga. What? Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine.
No, we're not doing that.
Alright,
Marking shit.
I'm about to go to the movies. I'll see you later. You gonna just go to the movies and leave me here? I don't know.
It's a little rom-com shit.
Motherfucker. Right. Like, yeah, like, you know, they like that shit.
You gotta go to the movie and leave you here so you can huff and puff.
Right. Got it. But I think men should hold men accountable. Women should hold women accountable. Thomas Lane, ex-Minneapolis officer convicted in George Floyd's deletion, has been released from prison. How do we feel about that?
How much time did he get?
He's been released.
Yeah,
George
but-
Floyd passed away 4 years ago.
It was at COVID?
It was in between 2019 and 2023, I believe.
Okay.
So less than 4 years.
I mean, that's the system, right?
Ooh.
Get what you pay for.
Ooh. That's the system.
Can't complain now. You see what I'm saying? That's the system.
Yo,
There's a
like,
lot of people that getting short term. Some people being there for
Shit it
longer
all.
than they
Yeah.
should be.
Niggas is innocent in the fucking
Yeah,
jail
there's
right
a
now.
lot of
You know what I'm
innocent people.
saying? But that's the system.
My aunt knows someone that got out. I don't know if my mother or my aunt told about this person, but they was in there for like 25 years and they was innocent and they just
Oh
got
my
out.
God. 25 years is like a curse. I believe in curses. Like you cursed me with 25 years and I'm innocent. I must have did some wild shit and I thought I got away with it.
Said she was her
Ain't
father.
no way.
yeah, that's crazy.
That's
That
wild
was
as
crazy.
fuck, yo. You imagine doing how many? 65 years? How many they did? How many they did do?
Who was the person I said that found out?
Yeah,
I think they said 25.
25 years, and you knew you was innocent.
That's crazy.
Nigga, that's crazy.
And how much money they gave him? They gave him some, right?
Probably $1 million.
I think he did get some money. I don't remember how much.
Oh.
How
think
much
they gave
money?
you too much.
How much money is enough?
$1 million is not enough.
How much is
It's
enough?
no amount of money.
No amount of money.
Exonerated,
but
but that
say-
time still tick, nigga. Like you
But
was in there for.
say,
ain't
okay,
no telling what
but
they-
past
Oh.
that though, you're out. You want something. What do you think is? At least I
A
have
mil
it.
for every year. 25 mil.
25 mil.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll take that. That's
I
fair.
And
for
some
what-
land.
Yeah, it's some fucking land.
a mil.
Pay my taxes for 25 years.
Yeah.
You know what? Land and money. Yeah.
And
25
tax, I
a
like
mil
that
per
pay
year.
my taxes. for
I think
25.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that.
Or
$1
be
million
tax
per year
exempt
would be
Yeah.
perfect.
for 25 years
That's fire.
until you get back on your feet.
I deserve $1 million per year for the time I had to deal with what I had to deal with.
Those three things: a meal per year that you was locked up, tax exempt for the amount of time you was locked up,
Mhm.
and land, like 50 acres.
Because how long was Vibes in there for?
25
13
acres.
years?
Each one is however long you was
And that's
locked up.
13. That's 10 off. That's crazy as fuck. 25 years and you're fucking innocent. And you know you innocent. What do? You gotta just, like, plan for your...
Like when you first go in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Who knows what you do?
yeah, you just...
Some people hang themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't think they ever gonna get out.
Some people get
No,
out.
they just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Some people get out and hang themselves.
What the fuck is that?
Well,
You don't see that bug on the thing? You got a grasshopper?
oh,
There.
You got it?
Yeah.
just throw that later away.
No.
No, because there's nothing in there
Oh.
anyway. And make
You
sure
sure
it's
it feels
good.
full?
Just try to flick it.
Or a grasshopper.
Oh, that's what I get for killing.
That was what God didn't like that.
I did that for you, E.
Woman climbs into tiger zoo enclosure.
You said what?
And then they
Woman
said they're
climbs
looking
into
for her.
tiger
What
zoo.
are they?
What?
They gonna arrest her?
Is she
Yeah.
eating?
Yeah,
How is he gonna?
She's an idiot.
She's
an idiot.
eating. There's no way she
No, she
survived
lived.
it on
No, she
camera.
lived. She got out
She lived?
playing around with it and shit.
Yeah, but they're trying to find her because you ain't posted.
Oh.
Because she was in there messing.
Yo,
it
if
almost been.
if God says she could live, then she deserved to be alive, yo. Because at the end of the day,
She gonna be alive in a little cell.
What
That's
is that?
crazy.
That's a really. What is that? Antagonizing the
Yeah.
tiger?
I mean, it's
What is
rules
the-
with the part
I know,
when you
but
come
what
in there
are you gonna
and
get
violators
charged
will be
with?
prosecuted. You'll probably just get a fine.
Yeah.
But
Trespass.
but if they can't
She
can't
got a
find
But the
her,
fact
trespassing
that
if
they're
they
charge.
looking
can't
for
find
her,
her,
she
if
left
they
already.
can't find her, it's a
Like-
warrant. So that warrant becomes
They
Oh,
put a warrant
oh.
out after you already.
They
I
put
could
a-
see
they
if they
put a
catch
warrant
you in
when-
the
they
act.
Nah, they ain't gonna
They
warrant
they
because
did
they don't
catch
know
her,
who it
they
is
caught her on
yet.
the camera, but they don't
got
know who
caught
she
her on
is.
Yeah.
camera, but
They
don't
probably
know.
know who she is, but they want if people see her or something. Cause it said in the video like if you see her or some shit, but
Ain't nobody.
hey, yeah,
Well,
People would be calling unsolved
Unless it has a,
mysteries and saying
what's the
they
name?
saw.
They might have a what do you call it? A prize money, reward money.
No, they don't. That's
They
dumb.
might.
If she already if you call her in the act, then okay. But you really trying to look for her for nothing happened to the tigers.
Yo,
Fine.
What
Like,
if
she's
she
just-
was an animal
Don't let her back
whisperer?
in next time.
What if she was an animal whisperer, and the reason why she went into that enclosure is because she was proving that she could talk to lions or tigers or whatever the fuck it was. And then that's the real reason why they're looking for her ass, because she could talk to fucking tigers.
And they want to lock her up and study her.
Yo, that shit would be crazy.
You crazy.
That shit would be crazy as fuck. I'll watch that. That shit would be fire.
That's documented.
yo, but this is crazy.
Stranger things
Like,
have happened. It's a wild world we live in.
he received a sentence of 2.5 years in federal prison.
Who?
The police officer.
That did.
And
Oh,
he was-
that did that.
He was released, yeah. Convicted and
You know how I get. You know how I get out
found
here.
guilty in the involvement. He wasn't the trigger man, but I mean, he wasn't the person that did it, but because he was there and he didn't intervene,
Yeah,
accomplice.
of course.
Derek was Chauvin was the guy that he got.
He's still in jail though.
Oh, he got life. Well,
That's cool. I ain't mad at that bitch. Nigga don't have to be in
yeah, I
jail
don't think the person
Yeah, I mean,
that didn't pull
he
the
ain't
trigger
do it.
should get the same amount of time.
But they saying you're supposed to protect people, so. why
But
you-
there's a lot of people that would have walked away. I don't think that they should be. I mean, if you were a part of it, but just because you were there, I don't think you should necessarily.
That's that lawyer shit. They gonna sue whoever they can, however they can.
Because that could be on anybody. Anybody could be just
Yep.
outside somewhere.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, you was with. Just like and set it off when they like you, because the person that robbed the bank, you knew him. So now
He
you're
could
gonna
have been,
get fired because they think you set her. You can't help who you know.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
she went to school, or he was from her hood, or they went to school together or something. That ain't. she didn't choose that. It's not like they be hanging out. And even if they did, she had nothing to do with that. But you're gonna fire her.
25-year-old Philadelphia rapper Lil Nitty was shot 11 times, kidnapped, and bled out for 2 hours before finding the cell phone that saved his life.
He's still alive?
Returns with what a feeling,
Yo.
fire or trash.
You can't tell me, God.
Let me hear
this
this.
side. You got a rap
He made a song.
after?
Yeah, what a feeling.
Huh?
What a thing. You sound like a Philly nigga for sure.
What a feeling.
He happy as fuck.
Yeah,
He happy that he didn't allow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this something else.
Hey.
That's what I'm
You. Yeah.
Nice.
Yo, I heard BBL stink. We talked about that, right?
Puncture wounds and all that.
That shit is crazy.
They got draining
bro.
holes in there.
What
Yeah,
the
they gotta get all
fuck?
that pus and bad blood.
Oh my goodness. That shit smell like jaundice, I heard.
Yo.
What do jaundice smell like?
Gotta take a whiff to find out.
Jaundice, kidney failure, maybe bad urine. Urine probably stink because you got
Nigga
bad
said
kidneys.
maybe bad urine.
Bad
Because I ain't never know there was a scent associated.
Yeah,
with
maybe
jaundice.
maybe the kidneys.
You know I'm just
maybe
saying
got
some
bad.
silly ass shit. Put that shit together.
Hey, it worked.
Nigga.
Yeah, it worked.
Smell like jaundice.
Jaundice urine.
Now they're looking like.
Jaundice sweat.
She's staring at you. It's like you laughing, but you ain't feeding me though.
Don't say that. I
Yo.
food in her bowl. I just do.
Oh, good.
She'll eat all night if not that. I ain't trying to have her like with that lady today. That dog looked like a
That
cat.
shit was a fucking. It couldn't even move, yo.
Right. That's why it
Big ass sausage link.
Yo.
It looked like a pig.
It did. Smiley, you see that shit? It was a little dog. It was in the chat. It was a fucking dog. It was fat. Well, it wasn't little.
Oh,
it was
this
fat.
lady went to jail for overfeeding her dog.
Yeah,
Something like that,
that shit was
Crazy,
crazy.
Looked
The
like
dog
a
died,
pig.
right?
Yeah.
I think they gave her like 2 years or something.
I don't even.
They only
think she
gave her
got
2
that.
years?
They gave her a couple months or something.
Oh, they gave her a
She
couple
knew
months.
She
yeah,
knew she
couple
was
months.
killing that dog. Nigga. Ain't no way.
I mean,
Ain't no way. That dog couldn't even walk.
I would have gave her 2 years.
That's why it died, because it couldn't carry itself. The legs were too little to
That's
carry.
Yo, Drake put out a new track. Did y'all hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
No Face.
It's good.
It's actually good.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Not a Drake fan.
Yeah, I like it.
Not like us fan.
Sometimes you got.
I like both of them. I like Kendrick. I like.
This was a good song. I was feeling it. The energy, especially in the beginning. The beginning was really strong.
Mhm.
He came in like, yo, y'all forgot who I was. Like, I'm Drizzy. He came out like that. He came with his little Canadian swag and was like, yo, I'm Drizzy, bro. I'm here. Like, what you mean?
Okay, that shit.
And he killed it. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. Playboy Cardi on the hook.
That nigga.
No
wild.
face.
That nigga be making some weird ass screeches and shit. I be like, oh, that nigga tuned into the
Yo.
wrong frequency.
Somebody said a rumor and pause like before I.
Oh, that he was wearing a thong?
No. What's that dude's
Playboy
name?
Cardi.
What's that dude's name? The dude that be always making the wild raps. Chance. Is it Chance?
What about Chance?
No, it's not Chance. It's not Chance. Chance is not him. It's the other dude.
Oxford.
No, he's a weird dude.
Daylight.
No, not him. Not rap.
Tyler the Creator.
There you go. This guy, you know,
No.
Nah,
Why you laughing?
Because I was saying all the weird rappers I knew.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't follow.
Oh, nah. Somebody said this nigga got BBL, yo.
Tyler?
A real BBL.
A real BBL. Like
Or Lil Nas
a
X.
Brazilian. No, him. A Brazilian.
Tyler?
They said he was gay.
Yo.
Tyler
But-
got a BBL.
But we don't know. We don't know.
He was just talking
we
shit
ain't
about
confirmed
Iggy
it.
Azalea.
And he just did a video with Sexy Red, I think.
Who said that?
Ain't no way.
It was a discussion on the Joe Budden's podcast.
Ain't no way. That's crazy, nigga. See, niggas.
How do we feel about that?
That
If it
shit-
is true. He's a weirdo.
You know about
It
his
could be
history,
true.
right? Like our Future back in the day when he was calling everybody the F word, the other F word.
I mean, I just know he was weird. I really didn't follow him, and
Man,
when I did,
I followed him
my
a little
first
bit
my
more.
first experience was him on Funk Flex, and it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he was wild.
So I was
What did
like,
he say?
He was like, he's gonna go have male,
Bottom surgery?
yes, with Flex, and they're gonna go find some guys to do that with. And I'm like,
Wait, what?
yeah.
No, are they saying they're gonna be intimate or they're going to get surgery?
No. I thought the surgery was cool for something. I mean, he was talking about the something else. He was like, me and Flex are gonna go have
Intercourse.
with Ben. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yeah,
And what
bro.
did he say?
He was like, whoa! He was like, whoa! He was like, I'm not part of this. But he let him finish. He didn't say, nah, nigga, you're not gonna sit here and disrespect the, you know what I mean? He let that nigga rock. So I don't know, man. The industry weird. The industry is weird.
what do you
Why
think
would
about?
he just say that?
Because he a wild
He just
dude.
randomly
wild boy.
just said this.
That's why I don't think that it's a rumor that he might be getting
He
that.
talk like that. He be wild. He talk
He
like
might-
he
He
got an
said he
album
was
called-
dating somebody.
He got an
Might
album
be.
called
Maybe
Flower
he's
Boy
messing with
something.
Jaden or something.
Tell me now.
Jaden Smith?
I thought. I
If
don't know.
even if he is, it don't even mean that. That's a weird feeling too.
I did hear that he called that nigga his boyfriend or some shit. But that was wild because he was like younger than him. How old was
It's
he
like
when he
she
said
was
that?
young dating that old man.
Who, Willow? Yeah, man. Mommy was trying to defend that picture. Remember that shit? They're just friends.
And messing with that
Why is
boy
that
from the
man?
Disney Channel show. That was she was sleeping in the bed. with
Yeah,
him.
like, what the hell?
They said they were just laying in the bed, but even if they were laying in the bed, that's
Nah, they was doing something. They was getting freaky.
Yo, what do you
That's why
think about
Willow is from Never Neverland?
this dude catching his wife with a guy on the couch,
What?
and he just walked off like
it was like you waste no time.
right after
That's
this dude.
crazy.
She was like, yeah, because I begged you to stay. I begged you
It
to
was
stay.
like 2 weeks.
Damn.
2 weeks, you already got him on a couch.
I think that's
She
foul.
probably had him up there before that.
2 weeks. Yeah. Maybe he.
She was like, I begged you to stay. You said no. You left.
He make it simple.
He was like, you don't have to leave, but
She
just
left.
let you know, we were married. This is my wife. I left 2 weeks, just so you know. I don't know what type of man you are.
And what happened to them?
Nothing. He just got his stuff and he left.
Yeah, he just left. Like it wasn't no altercation.
It must have been American. It's like, yeah, I
He
know
was
I get
he was
deported.
African or something.
I know I get deported if I chop her head off with this machete.
Yo, that's
You
crazy.
cannot say that.
I'm just playing.
No, you're not. You're crazy. You hear
I'm just
women
playing.
out there, anybody considering dating him, better not cheat.
I didn't say I would do that. I'm just saying
So-
some people handle trauma differently. And you never know. These women be out here playing with niggas' emotions and shit. And then you find out, oh, I got the wrong one. This nigga can't handle his. That's why I keep on saying discernment, yo. Discernment is so real.
No love, run, play with my emotion. You get no devotion, and you get no love, get
all that. This is all that. This is all. Check it and check it out.
Before the low get mine, the show is all of that, and yes, we do it all the time. The sense of beauty on the floor in a chair, wrestle in the air.
Just don't go
Where
nowhere.
it's everything we do. We entertaining you. My posse and my crew. So sit still, cause we coming right at you.
Yo, white people can dance, man.
You gotta talk about that video
Yeah.
when that guy was breakdancing to not
You seen him?
breakdance music.
You seen
Oh
him?
shit.
That was great.
Oh, the nigga was doing the backflips and shit?
I don't know what he
That nigga was killing that
This.
shit.
was like that lady in the Olympics.
Oh, nah, I don't know about this nigga. Whoa. Nah, he kinda killing it.
Right?
He kinda killing it. He did better than that lady at the Olympics. That nigga got the shoulder box.
This
and
breakdance
shit.
music. This is the
Look at
old
it.
freestyle.
Nah, nigga, this is what's that
Oh,
dance
that
shit?
lady. What I said.
Nah, he killing that shit. He definitely would have beat her the Olympics for sure.
Oh, get the
For
little
sure.
titty.
Nah, nigga, he had
Cause this is crazy.
he had shoulder work. That nigga had shoulder work. Any nigga that could do this, make it look like your head is sliding on your shoulders. You could dance. You could
White
dance.
people crazy.
You could dance.
That's why I like white people. Yo. They're so entertaining. Like, yo, they don't care that we look at them.
I ain't gonna
Black
front.
people care. Like, yo, what you staring
I
at?
ain't gonna front, bro. If you look at the situation, it's because he was dancing like a black person.
That was extra.
was-
I ain't seen no black person dancing like that.
Nigga, I see some niggas.
That looked like a European dance. You seen it?
No, I thought
I mean-
it was something else.
Look at this shit. He said he dancing like a black person.
Tell me that don't look like old school MC Hammer. One of his routines. Smiley no. He got that from Hammer, yo.
That's like, it's like that, every little step I take, will be there, every little
exactly.
step I take, we'll be together.
He ain't get that from nobody but black people, bro.
That's what it looked like, that's the dance thing.
Now if it was a
It's
river
like
dance, now if it was a river dance, now if them niggas was fucking
Play
like
Eminem,
down with their
watch
hands,
it.
with their hands out, kicking up their feet, I couldn't say that.
Play that.
But that sound like
It's
some
every little
that's
step
black
I
movement
take.
right there, my nigga.
Every,
That nigga was moving his waist and moving his
I know,
shoulders
for
and
a
shit.
second.
That nigga was killing that shit. And then the footwork.
Yeah, wow. I'm sorry, bro.
Look, that's when he was.
Exactly! He stole that shit from Bobby, yo. Look at the leg work.
He was just hyper with it. That's what.
Exactly.
Just sped up. That's on 1.5. The guy was like 13.8. That's all, man.
Bobby had he had factors back in his you know what I'm saying?
I hate when people wear them jackets with no shirt like that.
Shit.
Flip wide.
That's where they get that shit.
Flip wide. Hi, Flip Wad. Thank you for tuning in.
Flip wad. What if my guy flips it?
You just said LOL.
Son of a
Yeah, you know we was cooking.
Is that Freddy Krueger on your hat?
The Crow, yeah. What you think about the Crow?
I ain't see it.
Oh,
I watched Trap though,
I don't
and
know if
I
I wanna
was
see it.
kind of
Is it the-
disappointed.
you want to try me like that? I like that.
I liked it, but I wanted to see. Okay,
It's different.
What was it called?
You
Trap.
want
Trap.
to see slasher shit. You
yeah,
wanted gore.
because
Well, it wasn't no slasher.
Nah, I wasn't gonna work. It wasn't any blood.
it was PG-13.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's how you get that joint on everything.
They was like,
Hoo-ah!
Yeah.
You know,
all right, I'll
No,
give you some more time.
he was a serial killer known as the Butcher, and
Butcher.
he found out that he was gonna be at a concert of this big pop star or whatever, or sing whatever genre she said. So he came there and brought his daughter. The cops and everybody was there, the FBI or whatever. They had all the gates blocked because they were trying to catch him. But the guy at the concession stand told him that that they were looking for him because he didn't know.
He didn't know.
But he wasn't supposed to tell that, so he was able to get out. But then
his daughter was still there, so yeah.
No, they got out, but you just heard it.
Oh.
So far, Deadpool is the movie of the summer so far.
Shout out to Deadpool.
I'm gonna
I heard
say
Alien is coming too.
Alien was good.
I want to see Alien.
But
or finish.
it wasn't better than Deadpool, but I would say The Crow was pretty good. The Crow was it gave the Punisher with a deeper type of feel to it. It gave a little Deadpool, gave a little romance.
It was
gave
funny
a little
like
comedy.
They put comedy in The Crow.
It gave a little Deadpool for different reasons. You gotta just watch it. It was really a good movie.
How do you feel about in comparison to Brandon Lee's Crow?
And that was the thing. Somebody asked me that. I had a conversation with the Lyft driver, and he was like, "How was that?" Because he couldn't really speak English that well. But I know he really wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because he was born in '88, so he wanted to know.
He's seen the original.
Right.
Yeah.
He's seen the one with Brandon Lee.
Yeah, I used to watch
So
the show.
he wondered, but the movie.
The
Crow-
Crow.
Okay, so I did a little bit of research today. I wanted to talk about this because I did a little bit of research today, and I looked online, and I watched. The Crow is actually a comic. A comic.
It is, yeah.
So there's like several versions. The Crow is like a knight or something, right? There's several different knights. There's no one main crow. There's all of these different knights or crows that get up to do some type of purpose, and they have the ability to not be taken out unless they're decapitated. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like Highlander type of storyline, kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't know.
it's pretty in depth. It's crows all over the world in different countries, and this particular one was, you know, dude. They used the movie, so they based it off the movie with Brandon Lee, and his name was Eric. His girlfriend's name was Shelly. So they had those same characters, but slightly different storyline from the original.
Gotcha.
So in comparison to the original, since they did a reboot, really, I would call it a reboot because it's not. They didn't use like a different crow character.
Yeah.
They used the same thing based off of the movie that was made in the 90s. I would say that this is like better because of technology, and in the old one they got a pretty good cast. They had Ernie Hudson, he was a police officer in it. They had you know, Brandon Lee, obviously, rest in peace to him. They had a few characters in there that was like, you know, actors that we kind of got attached to over time in history. But this was like some new people. One of the guys that was in it, I don't know if anybody watched what's that show with the vampires and the werewolves, but
Charm?
no.
Charm was
vampires and werewolves. Specifically.
Vampires and werewolves.
It was two
Twilight.
brothers, and they were fighting them.
I think so. No, that wasn't that big.
The monsters.
It was a show where like these people, this woman, she lived forever and she had a son, and she was teaching her son to control his urge or whatever. He was like strong and immortal, but then it was also werewolves in the town as well. But I forgot. It was a show. But anyway, the dude that was in that show, he was the Crow character.
Oh, okay.
And he also played another movie that I recently seen, I think came out this year, where he played an action role. So it kind of fit him for this because he played that action role, but he's not like skilled. Like Brandon Lee was like a martial artist and everything, so he kind of like adopted those characteristics into
his movies.
Well, not just into his movies, but into the role of the Crow character, because the Crow character just has the ability to do certain things, but he also was able to fight. This guy wasn't really a fighter, but he was able to, well, you can't do anything to me, so I'm just going to be able to just...
He was in Pennywise. He played Pennywise.
Who?
Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, that's him? Oh, shit.
You know what Pennywise looked like?
The new one.
Yeah, you know what he looked like? You know him? Okay.
Like behind
he
him.
actually looked like him though, even with
He
the
do,
makeup on, you can still see
you can see the
But,
resemblance. for
what
sure.
other movies he played in besides that?
Damn, that's crazy.
I was like,
Boy Kills the World.
Oh, so he liked playing that.
Nosferatu.
What's
Like
the show that I'm
John
talking
Wick.
about? What's the show that I'm talking about? Oh yeah, yep, absolutely.
The
Forgot
last-
about that. What is the name of the show?
I don't know. Villains.
No.
I don't think Atomic Blonde.
You're on IMDb.
No, I just
Hemlock Grove. That's what it was. But
I seen
anyway,
that there, but I never
he
watched. Yeah.
he played on Hemlock Grove was really good.
What's it about?
But it's just what I said, vampire werewolf type
Oh, okay.
shit. One of those
Based
type
on
of
the
shit.
book by Brian McGreevy. And
The John Wick role, you know him from John Wick role, though. The new John Wick, he was the dude that John Wick had to go against.
Oh, shit.
And they was like, we're gonna have a duel and shit. And he tried to get fucking Donnie Yen to go against him instead. Or you didn't see the new John Wick?
I ain't see the newest one.
Oh, you better watch it.
Wow.
I
Like,
ain't
yeah.
There's a lot of them now. Like, I heard they had like 5 now.
And
Nah,
he's
it's only
probably
4.
gonna make another one.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's only 40 bucks. They
24.
trying to make another one here after the last one. But the last one was I mean they're all good. But the last one, it was crazy how they had them come back after part 3. Because part 3 they had everybody. They even had a basketball player in the beginning fighting them in a damn library. Like that shit was wild, yo. You seen part 3 though?
Yeah.
Okay, part 3. Part 3 was the one where Halle Berry was in it.
Yeah, I saw the one with Holly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part 2 was the one with Common.
Yeah, I watched the one with
Yeah.
This was good.
First one.
This was good. Part 4 had different characters in it, but the storyline was crazy.
Was Lawrence Fishburne in the 4th one? I ain't see the one with Lawrence Fishburne not in it.
Lawrence Fishburne was in every single one.
He was in all
He
of
just
them?
had small cameo roles
Oh.
because he wasn't the main focus. But he's the
Continental. That's what I was thinking.
Then they made a show about
the
it, but
show,
it
okay.
never finished.
What?
It was only like
The
3
Continental
episodes.
show?
Yeah.
You was watching that? You like that?
Yeah, because I like John Wick, and I was like, oh, what
You
is
see the
this?
side story.
It's interesting to enjoy an action movie with a female. Like
Me and Mom went to go.
Let me
see
ask you a
one
question.
of them. We went
What
to
do
go
you
see
think?
The one with Halle Berry.
What do you think about taking a person out, taking a female out? Like say you've been talking to a female. Do you feel like I'm not taking no chick out to the movies? I'm not taking no chick out.
No,
nowhere.
because I want.
But if you really like her,
I
do you
want
take her out,
I
or
want
do
to
you
be.
like
I want
not
to
take her out?
Like I want to be around my girl in public, getting love.
You want people to see?
I want that. I like that. I feel like it gives us something psychologically and
Showing off.
physically. Like I said, I think it gives us something psychologically and physically. When you just with your girl and she's showing you love, like she don't have to show you love. Y'all could just be together, you know what I mean, looking miserable and shit. But if y'all there and y'all showing each other love and shit,
Why does it gotta
I like
be
that shit.
from one extreme to the next? Like showing love, and then the other
Because there's a
side
difference-
just looking miserable.
Because there's a difference between happy people and people that are happy to be together. You see what I'm saying?
What is showing love? Like she's all up on you and kissing you and stuff. That's what you mean.
Yeah,
by
it could be
showing love?
showing
So
affection.
if she's not doing that in that moment while y'all out or whatever, that means y'all look miserable.
No, she's not doing that compared to somebody that is loving up on their person, then you're not, is highly in love with that person, like the person that's showing it. Because that person don't mind showing it, you do. So that could be a psychological situation where you don't feel comfortable expressing yourself in front of people versus the girl that does. Like I said, I like that though. I like a girl that's modest, but she doesn't mind when you fuck with her in public because she just loves you so much. I feel like that's sexy because you're going above and beyond your natural fear of being around people.
It's
And now
attractive.
you know
It's
what I'm saying?
attractive for a man to be desired by a woman. And even if you're not really attracted to the woman, the fact that she's attracted to you makes you more attracted to her. And that's why guys are easier to deal with a woman with certain things. And she may already be attractive, but she might snort when she fucking laughs or some shit. It might be something corny.
Yeah, nobody
about her.
perfect.
But you'll still like certain things because she does certain things. She cooks, she cleans, she can't keep her hands off of you. She's, whatever. She's giving you all this energy that makes you more comfortable with being around her and you open up more. A lot of guys don't get that as often. As men, we should get that, but we don't get to feel that a lot. So when we do, it's different than a woman like, okay, I got it, but I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? And dude's like, oh, I got it and I do care now. Because I really didn't care before, but now I do care because this feels good. We don't have time to just like be in a situation and just enjoy the situation. We always have to work. We gotta improve. We gotta improvise. We gotta work on this, that, whatever. We gotta fix something. Oh, can you do this for me? It's never just come here and just chill. Hey, you thirsty? We gonna make you some lemonade, not get you. Make you some lemonade. You want this, you want that, you want some eggs. How you like them? You know what I mean? A woman doing things for you and investing in you is going to make you want her even more than you did to begin with. A woman is taking a risk because she could be doing all this stuff for you and you can still be not interested. But in the same fact, it's just the fact that she won't give up. That is gonna make you be like, damn, like I'm a dude, like, you know what, I deserve to do this. And sometimes it makes me guilty in some situations, I guess. In my life, I have been in situations where I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna see where this goes. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes we both fuck up, or they fuck up, or I fuck up, and it just doesn't pan out the way that it is. But if she really truly cares about you, she's fighting for something that she really cares about. So it's crazy, like, you know what I mean?
And it's worth it.
It's worth it. If you get if a dude get a woman that he's attracted to physically, and she checks all the boxes, if it feels right, then go with your gut. But be logical, be practical. Don't just think the fairy tale exists and all of that shit. Like, try to understand more of who that person is that you're dealing with. If you do that, then you'll be better off in the long run because you'll be like, I did the work. If you just go into it and just like, fuck it, oh, I'm gonna do everything for this person, I'm gonna shower this person, you know what I mean? You reward good behavior. You know what I mean? If a woman is doing all this shit, if a woman does something for you in the beginning of a relationship and you can appreciate it, then you continue to do things for her because you appreciate what she's doing for you, so you reciprocate that. It doesn't have anything to do, I know a lot of women probably be looking at the long game and like, well, where is this gonna go in 30 years? Well, just accept that you're not here forever and that this person is giving you something that you can enjoy at the time being, and just enjoy the moment. Just, if he's not doing anything bad to you,
then just enjoy it. And even if it's that simple pleasure, like you wish it could last forever. If it just lasts for 3 years, enjoy that 3 years. I know it sounds like some fantasy shit, but that romance shit, it ain't real unless you work on that shit. You really gotta work to make that shit be something. And that's gonna be what we was talking about, 10 years of fucking probably bad out of that 60-year relationship. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta accept that, and a lot of people can't. A lot of people just like, fuck, I'm not dealing with that. People won't compromise. Oh, I'm not gonna share, and I'm not gonna do this. But the other person wants to, and they're not gonna do it because they care about your feelings instead of caring about how this makes them feel.
And the relationship is give and take. You both should be pouring in value into the relationship, or it's no point.
Basically, that's basically what I was saying.
Hmm?
That's basically what I was saying, right?
Come on. Rampinting.
Yeah, I got anything else? I got some shit up. I got a whole bunch of shit that keep coming to me.
Make love and not war.
Well,
Yeah, look at that bug. What type of bug is that?
stop talking about bugs on camera. That's because when y'all open the door, you take too long to close it.
No, we not
And
saying you
then-
got bugs.
And then something fly in here. You tell me that.
We are
There's
not
a lot of
saying
trees around here.
that.
Where do you see something?
Nala was getting it. I think Nala. Oh, it's right in front of you.
It's probably more.
Right here.
Where?
It's a. Oh, you can't see that. Well, Nala's looking at. Oh, it's right there.
That looks like a moth.
Nah, that's a speeder killer. Get it. Get it. Get it. Let's go near the light. Just give me the light.
China.
Yeah, yo.
So they go to the
And I don't really care what people say.
I
I
don't
don't
really
watch what they want to do. Still I gotta stick to my girl like glue and get it. You got it? Oh, shit, I thought that shit was it. That shit was crazy. You got it?
Go ninja.
I think she got it, yo.
She gonna play with it.
She is gangster. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting me a cat. That's what I want to say. I'm getting me a cat. I'm playing with them fucking bugs. Oh no, it's right here.
She did have it, but she let it go.
Oh,
I
my
just
God.
See her because she be doing
Now that
that.
nigga is trying to escape. Oh shit! What you got for me, cuz?
That ain't even nothing. Get it, Nala. Stop playing.
Please. Thank you. We're about to wrap up.
You say you had other stuff. Something came to you.
Floyd won his exhibition match.
I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah. People say they got screwed. I'm like, yo, how many times y'all gotta get screwed by the same trick? Like, this nigga Floyd is not gonna be losing anytime soon. He's gonna have an exhibition. It's gonna look like an exhibition, and he's just gonna tag that nigga face the whole shit and win the round. Like, what did they expect? You know what I mean? No offense to John Gotti Jr. John Gotti's is his son or his grandson? I don't know. But no disrespect to them, but it's like, yo, we knew what this was. I would rather see the Logan Paul and not Logan Paul. What's his name?
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Is that one?
Yeah, I'd rather see that. Just because I still think, if it's a real fight, I still think Mike could win. But if it's rigged, That should be crazy. Cause Mike don't have an ego, y'all. Like, but y'all don't understand. Once you don't have an ego, you could be like, oh, okay, this just be a gift from my wife that I wanted to give her like 20 million. You know what I mean?
That's how much it's for?
Nah, I'm just saying he could have just set a fucking number. Everybody want to see this Mike Tyson fight. But I know one thing about people that do ayahuasca or them type of shits.
What
like,
about them?
They get more conscious to what the fuck is going on, and their kill switch
That's why
dissipates.
I see.
Like their ego is, you see what I'm saying? And I feel like it's gonna be hard for
it make you more open
for Mike to really hurt this nigga like that. You know what I'm saying?
Have a shaman.
Angel Reese signed to deal with Reese's.
I mean, that makes sense.
For a sneaker deal.
That makes sense.
Reese Cup sneakers.
She need all the money she could get because they do the WNBA dirty as far as financially.
Reese's Cup, but they're the color.
Oh, Reese's color?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire. Shout out to her.
Reese's has signed a deal with Reese's and launches apparel today.
Oh, that's lit. She got her own jersey. Yeah, that's fire. Oh, that's hard. I like that too. That's not even bad. They had them in the right color.
Reese's with Nike and shit. That's crazy.
That's hard.
She's a fashionista.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is too.
She beautiful. Yeah, she is.
Very tall.
You don't like tall girls.
I don't. But I'll make an exception for her.
You climb that tree?
Ah!
Climb that tree.
Let's talk about the balloon guy.
The balloon guy.
Aaron, whatever.
The guy, the plumber?
Yeah.
Oh, the plumber's back?
He went on Erika Mena's show. It didn't come out yet. But he
Erika
went on.
Mena got a show?
Yeah, on Zeus. Remember I sent you a thing like it's a love show and it's for men and women. Could be up there. And he was one of the contestants on the show. And he's suing her for racism because he said she was making racist remarks. He never said what she said. He just said she was making racist
They
comments.
saying some racist shit. Didn't
So
she called Spice a monkey
I
or some
think
shit?
he's just an attention whore, and cause we know you from the balloon pop thing. Then you say you lost your job. We don't even have any evidence of that, and you were accused of all this stuff. I think he's just a clout chaser. Now you want to get on this show, and if you know, cause he says, oh, she's been accused of doing this before. You already know that, so then why would you even go on the show if you know that's how she get down? Cause now you suing her, and he's
What he gonna get?
Lemmy, the executive producer or the owner of the show, of Zeus Network, he didn't say who, but he was like one of the people out that of the network was like, oh, I'm a black, I have what's the name on payroll, all those outlets where you expose people and stuff. Like he was like, I have them on payroll, so nothing that you say is gonna get out if you try to put something
Who
out
said
to
that?
them or whatever. He said one of the people that work for the network, and he was like, how you gonna say that you're a black guy? How you allowing this to go down? But he said he's suing her like for racism. He said he treated her badly and other black guy that was on the show. He was talking to her crazy. But it's like after all this stuff that came out, like you set yourself up for that one. Because if you know who Erika is, you watch her good. That's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
what it seemed like.
I've been trying to give him the benefit of the doubt more than anybody else, man. I'm like,
And I don't see his court case going
He just
far.
keep on doing
But
stuff.
if his court case, if he proceeds with the court case and wins, then maybe she did say some racist shit.
she probably did, but what I'm saying is he already knew that. So
He knew she was racist.
that she made those comments because that's what he
I
said.
ain't mad
Like,
at that
oh,
Robin
she,
Hood act.
so it's like you
Yeah.
heard about
Nigga
what she
said,
said before
I'ma
she
bring this
called
back to the
what's the name
hood.
a monkey. So if you felt like she was racist, you already knew about the other stuff that she accused of saying.
So then he baited it.
That's like somebody
Scam.
going into George or Andrew Zimmerman's crib and being, and you know what I'm saying, and like having some Skittles, and you know what I'm saying. Oh, what you gonna shoot me too?
Oh,
You see what I'm
in my
saying?
house.
Yeah,
Stand
like.
your ground, stay. You could get popped
But what I'm saying is,
outside my house
but
with your Skittles.
in the yard. Right?
what I'm saying
On
is,
property.
what I'm saying is, let's say Andrew Zimmerman got popped,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't find the gun from this person.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
What?
How you gonna charge that man for doing some shit that just because he was there, he ain't had no gun? How you gonna prove it? And probably do that shit like OJ and arrest that nigga for some shit like.
If the glove don't fit, you must have
You know what
quit.
I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
No, not that first time. The second time. You know what I'm saying? Because they arrested him for
That
his
joint
own
was
shit.
bogus. Like, how you go
Yeah,
to jail
well,
for taking your own stuff back that
That's what I'm
belongs to
saying.
somebody?
Because they
took?
said he had
Cat,
a gun.
get it.
And he was what's his name?
It went.
Cat's right
It
there.
was down.
Yeah, he went down that way.
She don't
She
care
ain't
anymore.
worried
She
about it, no.
Oh, she's in this.
Did she get it?
Nah.
She looking at her shadow. That's not it. That's not it.
I
Yo.
don't see it.
She don't see it
Yo, they made the first ever artificially intelligent Nipsey Hussle wax figure unveiled at Invest
Great.
either.
Fest.
Nah, that's
Great.
scary.
How is it artificially intelligent and it's a wax figure?
That's
They talk.
scary.
Maybe they programmed
They talk.
it.
It's
don't
moving.
know.
That was it moving.
Nah, he's putting the hair and stuff in here, but
They didn't show it moving,
I
but
didn't- they
I'm
didn't show it
assuming
move.
that's what.
so it moves and
I'm
they're just doing the
assuming
skin on the
because
outside.
yeah, how
Nah,
would it be
nigga.
AI?
That
Why would they
nigga
call
alive.
it that?
Yeah.
And it looked like
It
that.
must be programmed or something.
That's scary. I don't
Otherwise,
like
it's just a wax figure.
I don't like none of that.
It's the
That's what I'm
AI.
saying.
that. I'm not feeling none
Wax
of that.
figure.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
That's great detail. Though.
You seen it, right?
They gonna start putting people's souls in fucking.
I don't know. They ain't show it talk, so I'm like,
This is
why they call it AI
AI.
if it's not talking?
It must have done something, or they just.
Because
It's
they'll-
just leaning on the wall.
They don't
No,
want to scare
maybe
people.
they didn't
That
show
shit
it,
look
but
like
I'm
it's
saying
alive,
if they're
bro.
calling it that, then it must
What?
be programmed or whatever.
Did Black Sam sign off for this shit, nigga? This shit crazy, bro.
And it even braided his
How much
hair.
you selling that
everything.
for? That's a
You
crazy.
want that
Nigga, that's
now?
a-
I don't
That's
want that now. It's
scary.
creepy.
It's
I
probably
would want.
cursed.
I wouldn't want
Nigga,
that though.
what happened?
I do want something, but I want a horror thing. I want.
That's horrible.
It was
I
this
want that.
chair that was cursed. It had a hood on it. It was like from mid-century times or whatever. And anybody who sit on it, then they die. And they told them, don't sit on it. And
Motherfucker sat on
people, this guy bought it to have it in his house.
it. Told people don't sit on it.
Yep.
He knew niggas were gonna sit on it. He ain't like motherfuckers kept inviting him over. He ain't covered
They
the
got
chair.
sick and died, or somebody got hit by a car, or
Shit,
different stuff.
Cause it was his fault.
That's technically murder.
It
No,
is,
it's
it
not.
is.
They murdered themselves because he
Nah,
told
he
them don't
right.
sit in it.
Same like Charles Manson, though.
But if you
Charles
told me
Manson
don't,
ain't
if you told me
murdering
don't
people,
sit in it because
they
I'm
murdered
gonna
them.
die, I'm not gonna sit in it. What you mean?
You gonna believe that?
I don't want to sit in your chair if you think I'm gonna die because I'm sitting in your chair, nigga.
Mm.
I don't care how it happened.
I said, would you believe that? if
It
somebody
don't matter.
said-
I'm
so
not
you-
sitting in that chair, whether I believe it or not. I believe that I want to live, nigga. I don't
When
take
you go in the
unnecessary
house.
risks.
Oh, the chairs in
I
there?
don't
Nah,
I don't
I'm
know
good,
that.
bro.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what you got going on.
Be in the crib, nigga. Oh, you got a haunted chair?
So
in
you
there?
would think he's gonna be the one killing you, and like
I
it was
don't
just
think
crazy.
anything, but I'm just like
I don't
wary of the fact that somebody would say such a thing.
I don't even like going
And
to
you
people's
should
Such
be
a
houses.
too.
thing.
Yeah, you should be too.
I
Like,
don't even like going to
Why are
people's
you saying
houses
that?
with Ouija boards. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
we
would
just be
think
playing with
you're
the Ouija
you're
board
gonna
every
kill me.
Saturday.
That's
I don't
also
know.
what you're saying.
Maybe they feel a spiritual connection. Maybe they're saying that
Yeah, demons and spirits
think
too.
that this
big
tree
dog.
is haunted and
Fuck that.
there's a demon attached to it or something.
My house is haunted. Betsy comes.
But even if they're crazy enough to believe that, they might
What?
have a split personality
Betsy,
Yeah.
and pretend to be the person that's, you know what
are you sure about
I
that?
mean, in the chair.
If we looked
She
up,
doesn't do anything though. She just sit and floats in the air and watches. Sometimes she'll throw something on the floor and knock something over, but she be bored.
why does like so many people? So hold on, somebody died at your crib, this crib right here. Somebody died at my crib. Somebody ever died in your crib?
That's Elm Street, Freddy Krueger.
I mean, in the crib, yo.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, that's crazy as fuck.
No, I'm definitely lying.
Good. I ain't want that pattern to connect. I ain't want that pattern to connect. Fuck that, yo.
Somebody probably did die in this house. Mad people lived here before me, but not.
And
I
that
didn't
tree looked like.
research
I hug a
tree
couple
looked like-
people in that shit.
You stupid.
That tree looked like, yeah, I remember the first time I saw that tree, I was like, yeah, that looked like the tree from Haunting in Connecticut, yeah. That tree looked like the Conjuring tree, didn't it? This shit was crazy, yo.
What they look like a what do they call it when they do?
The news?
No,
What?
I don't know.
Hangman?
What do they do to the people?
Tie him up?
Lynch.
No,
Lynch.
yeah,
Lynch mob. Oh, okay.
like the lynch tree.
Shit crazy. Shit is blood clot crazy.
Or the witches of Salem.
The alleged wishes.
Salem witch trial.
I heard a lot of that shit was cap. A lot of them motherfuckers is just crazy as fuck. And it's just like, yo.
They were literally, them people were just crazy. They like, oh, you're accused of being a witch because such and
Yeah,
such,
and
and you gotta turn yourself
burn
in,
them on
or
a stake.
They burn them, or they hung someone too. And then the ones that did just admit it, even though
In
it
Connecticut,
wasn't,
too.
Nah, that's
they
Salem,
did.
Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
They got some people up here.
I did hear about that, but I heard they didn't get burned up here.
But if you say you did it, or if you say you was a witch, they would put you in jail for life.
But we got mad hauntings in Connecticut, yo. We got mad haunted places. Newtown is a haunted place. There's another haunted spot. Also, I think somewhere in Bristol. Fucking all these haunted ass spots. I remember one
Dudley
person.
Town.
Yeah, see? I remember one person told me Bloody Mary was from Connecticut.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Yeah,
Bloody
there's a
Mary
story.
from everywhere,
There's a
nigga.
story.
Remember that fruit man?
She's buried on right off of Whaley. The Grove. No, that's not Grove. That
Edgewood?
that cemetery over there. She's buried in that cemetery right near the
Which one, the gas station?
right near the Edgewood Park. Yeah,
Remember Fruit
not
Man?
Edgewood Park. The basketball court. What is that? Is that Edgewood? The basketball court is called
Oh,
Edgewood?
no, that's further
That's
up.
on Willie Avenue.
That is Edgewood. Yeah. the
Yeah, it's
basketball.
Edgewood on the other
Yeah.
side.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Fruit Man used to scare me?
Flute Man.
Flute Man.
R. Kelly?
Flute Man. Flute Man was a story from near Jackie Robinson.
Oh,
It was a story near Jackie Robinson Middle School.
what was
This
it
guy,
called?
he was running from the police and he went into a pipe and he got stuck
Oh,
and they never could find him. Kids would be disappearing or something. That was an urban legend. 'Cause
And he would play the
disappeared?
flute.
every
That's how-
time he grab up the kid, that's crazy. Flute Man is scared to use his flute.
Tyrese was on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne dead wrong because I guess he teared up a little bit towards the end of the interview. And Charlamagne or whoever do the editing for the Breakfast Club, they put that as the thumbnail picture with the tears. So I'm like, they didn't even have to do that. And Tyrese, I don't know, I guess he's comfortable. He don't care.
Yeah, he
No
don't
people
care.
gonna talk to
That's
him.
probably why he did that shit. It's like, yo,
And Charlamagne was like, wait, no. He was like, no, you asked me a question, I'm gonna answer, because he tried to stop him from crying. But it's like, this is what you want, because why would you put that as a thumbnail? You think it's funny or whatever.
And think about it.
Being a thing.
He had that interview with Charlamagne and them, and then he went on $1 million worth of game and had another interview.
Well, they
It
do
was
that
completely
anyway. When
opposite.
you're on a label he's an independent
Oh, like he don't
artist,
get along with
he
Vin
gotta
Rhames?
go. Oh yeah, he was like F. He was like F him. He was like that
fucking all
wasn't acting.
these
That was
bitches.
for real.
It wasn't vulnerable on that shit. You see what I'm saying? Usually
Just
a nigga
because-
stick with the same shit.
Just because
Like they'll
he
ask you the
cried,
same
that
question.
doesn't mean that's all he is. That's just one side where he got emotional.
No.
in that moment.
I agree. I'm
Because
just
he asked
saying.
him a question.
I'm just saying the Breakfast Club was more vulnerable.
Even that's emotional too, because
And
that's
the-
a movie, and you talk about F that nigga. That's still an example of
And
being
Gilly
emotional.
Wallow, it was more like hood. You know what I'm saying? It was more Pookie and Ray Ray. Like he was talking about food stamps. He was talking about acting retarded or acting slow to get food stamps.
But they asked him different questions. And
I mean,
that's a different.
Yeah, for sure.
He didn't change his voice or anything. He was talking the same way. Just because he was crying,
Nah,
that don't mean
he was definitely
he
something
can't
different.
relate to other things that people go through from his background or as a man.
For sure. I just think Breakfast Club is for a wider audience or a different audience. We'll say different. It's for a different audience than $1 million worth of game. It was like clowning for the whole episode. It was like hood shit. He was like slaying bitches and shit.
And he was on lip service too, and that's a nasty show where they just talk about they talk about his album that he dropped. But that's basically what he was just doing, going on different shows to promote his double album that he got that just came out.
What y'all think about
Then he was in a movie on Tubi. Well, I don't know, some other movie came out beside that called 1992. This is something else. But
what y'all think
I
about
didn't see that.
Tyrese? Do you think that he is a victim of Hollywood, or do you think that he's just a victim of circumstances?
I don't think he's a victim at all.
I know. Why are you saying?
Because he went through a lot of hardships to be where he is in Hollywood. There's been alleged things that he may have did some things that we're not all proud of. You know what I'm saying? And put in compromises. You know what Weinstein was known for, or he went to jail for. He put people in compromising situations to let them play in certain movies. So,
I don't know. I never heard that.
No, I'm just saying, in general, Hollywood, especially for black actors, is hard. It's hard. It's very hard to get in. So, I'm not saying that I think
this all started from what he said. It started because he had was going through a lot of losing a lot of people.
Mhm.
Like he lost people in his family back to back, and then Paul Walker passed away. They were really close. Then he got a divorce, and she tried to take his kid. And some people, that's a lot, and he couldn't take it. And then I don't know. But he said he was on psych meds the first time when that video came out for something. I don't know what they did, and he had never took medication before. So he said that was the reaction that came from it because he had never even smoked before or did nothing. So it just messed up his whole mental, and that's why he was acting like that the first time. But then he cried this time because Charlamagne asked him about like how he's doing or whatever. And he was like,
I get mad at he cried. I feel like he's opened up. He's being vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? But I just feel like there's also a narrative where we try to emasculate. We try to emasculate the men like around us, especially like coming from our people. It's like it's coming from people that have been emasculated, and because even like think about it, the movie.
her food, she always be dropping it.
The movie that we know him
All
from,
around the bowl.
the movie that we know him from is called Baby Boy, and it's about a dude who has a baby mother that he's with, and he still be, digging down other bitches on the side, doing his thing, don't got no job, young mentality, you see what I'm saying? And we love the movie, it's a classic movie, but it's not really, I mean, I guess it's an uplifting movie because Jodie ends up with Yvette, and they have children. You know what I'm saying? But you could also look at it like, yo, Yvette was foul for even making, she was really a problem,
They were talking with that dude.
Yeah, told him all the business. Like, she was really foul. Like, and that's the mentality. Like, yo, that's good enough. That's good enough. Like, that's kind of crazy, yo.
He was happy with Yvette, even though she was telling her.
She was like, Jodie, my Jodie. She was like, when I say I hate you, what I really mean to say is that I love you.
That's toxic.
You just be scaring me sometimes. Like, we ain't gonna be together.
That's
broken.
That's toxic. That right there is a toxic statement.
He was like, well, you say you want a man, so I guess you have to be here now. She was like, I ain't asked him to come, Jodie, and now he won't leave.
Yes,
he was like, well, that's not
so what you
problem.
want? You want me to? You want me to make him leave?
Exactly.
He was like, get off
her
my
problem
doorstep.
becomes his problem.
And then she got in the car. She was like, he don't love me no more.
He didn't even say that. He
No
just said he don't respect you how you moving because you moving crazy. And she didn't even take that acknowledgement like, yo, this is what he's saying. Like, I can't be moving like that. No, she's just like, nah, nigga, fuck that. What I do wrong. He just popped up.
She didn't let him in though. She didn't know.
She didn't. But at the end of the day, she started this whole situation by.
She shouldn't have been talking to him.
Exactly.
But if he wasn't messing with her coworker, then she wouldn't have felt lonely.
That's revenge shit.
No, I don't think it was revenge. I think she was just lonely because he would be neglecting her at times when he was going to mess. Because you can't have all the other chicks and focus on other women. You're gonna be missing her in those some moments. You're gonna miss out on at home because you out here doing all that.
So instead of
he
picking,
was messing with a lot of different
instead
women.
of picking a better nigga to talk to, she picks
right,
that
yeah,
nigga.
you shouldn't have been talking to him. But I guess that was her ex-boyfriend, so they already had a connection.
Exactly, a horrible connection. This nigga ended up in jail.
Well,
you like, let me talk to this
Tyrese
nigga
ain't
in
no
jail.
better. That's like from one extreme to the next. He was free. He was free, but he was a pookie. He was living at home with his.
There's a difference between a jail pookie and a broke nigga. It's just real shit. Especially one that didn't want to come out and be a uplifting part of society and shit.
You wasn't taking care of your responsibility as a man. That's
and
what
got my boo pregnant.
Yeah.
Got my boo pregnant. I was locked up.
He killed that nigga. I know that nigga heart hurt. I know that nigga Tyrese heart hurt when he said that shit.
He was like, you made you a fort, little nigga?
Yo.
Fuck yeah. I ain't your daddy, nigga. Yo, that's crazy.
That
yo.
was funny.
With a perm.
He was like, so you gonna raise me
Shirley
in
Temple
front
by
of my son?
He had the LBC with him too.
He was like, sit your ass
That shit
down
was
before I
fire.
break your face. You get up again.
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of Yvette, yo. I was
And she was like,
damn. Yeah. She was,
He's like, what? But Jodie held it down, right? And then he went out there.
Yeah, he rolled up. Yeah, man.
Jodie a G.
And he didn't even kill him. But Peanut did.
Omar.
Yeah, he
Omar did.
That was a good movie.
did. Yeah, that shit was wild.
Shout out to Tyrese with his emotional antics.
He a wise dude, bro.
Yeah.
He is emotional, but
I be entertained with him on Instagram. The stuff he be putting on Instagram be kind of sometimes it be enlightening.
And if you watch the interview, he actually be talking like he's a regular person.
I watched $1 Million.
He act like one of my boys. You know, he get on. One of my boys that get on my nerves. I always be joking with all the time. Like he act like him. I ain't gonna say his name online, give him no clout. But yeah, that nigga.
He act like him. Tyrese seem like he childish and emotional. You know what I mean?
Right, because he won't let the envy go. He keep on. They made up. And
What happened
he
with
keep on
Envy?
talking about DJ Envy. I don't know. Something they had something where DJ
I don't know
Envy
why
had
this
said
nigga
something
beefing
on
with
the
Envy,
radio.
yo. Leave that nigga alone.
No, they're not no more.
Light
They
skin versus
made
dark
up.
skin. Like,
They
what
made
the
up
fuck
that
going on?
episode.
No, before that, but then he said, "Oh, DJ Envy, you left." Cause he was already leaving. He was like, I gotta go to a car show because Cardi B and Offset, I gotta get their cars. And he was like,
Oh, you leaving
how
for my
many car
interview.
shows? Yeah, he was like, how long you been doing car shows? And he was like, they can't get nobody else. You gotta go down there yourself. And I do car shows too. He was like, you gotta go down there yourself. He was like, yeah, because DJ Envy is
Not
funny.
because.
Cause that's how he said him and Cameron.
Yo,
They be like,
what?
because.
Yeah, that's New York
And he was like, somebody took the car down before and they crashed it of another celebrity. So now when I have people coming that I know, like I go do it myself so that don't happen.
shit. Yeah, especially you got that reputation.
And he was like, so
scamming and
even
shit.
if you came and you brush your car, I would come out personally and handle it myself. He was like, yeah, all right. But then he went on lip service and he said something about him again.
Who, Tyrese?
Got some envy shit or something.
See, he ain't let that shit go.
That's what I'm saying. Like he kept on saying little jabs.
Be holding grudges. So you got beef with Big Rhymes.
That's crazy.
Off of the movie talking about that wasn't acting. F that nigga.
That's
Like
crazy.
you, like it was acting. Like you doing too much, not too much. Never too much.
You seen the episode, the $1 Million Worth of Game episode? I didn't see it.
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Breakfast Club either. I just skimmed through it. Cause I thought that picture was photoshopped at first because it looked fake with the thumbnail. But I feel like Charlamagne is just messy. Like put you getting chased by them niggas as a thumbnail. Like
That's
why
They have time.
you?
Does he still do Donkey of the Day?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that
Yeah,
shit.
I
he
think
was about to whoop
the last
him one
person
time.
that got it was a police, a judge that made a girl put on a jumpsuit because she fell asleep in court. And
He
because
do it
didn't
every
he
day.
didn't like her attitude.
Donkey of the day. So
What? She was in a crowd?
That's the last one I seen.
They came there with the school
Yeah.
and on a field trip.
Yep.
Oh,
And she fell
teaching a
asleep.
lesson.
No, it
Yeah.
was a school
That was,
field
no,
trip.
that was the teacher a lesson.
Oh yeah, that's why he put because she fell asleep in the courtroom. But it was excessive. Like well, I don't know. They
Was she
said
crying?
she was no, she was asleep and he woke her like you don't sleep in no. And then her mom came out and he was like you sleep at home in your bed or whatever. You don't sleep in my courtroom. And she was like you don't even know her home situation. She don't have a bed right now or her own bed to sleep in right now. So she could have been tired. But I also think if you taking the kids on a field trip like that, there should be a disclaimer given to the kids like don't fall asleep, don't be on your phone. This is the way you conduct yourself when you're in a courtroom, and these could be the consequences if you could be held in contempt or whatever. But I do think he did too much. He could have just told her to get out. Like
Black judge,
because
white
she-
judge?
He was black.
I don't like shit like that. Why it gotta be a black judge that make it harder for these kids? It's like, yo, we don't have to be the ones known to do that shit.
I agree. He did too much.
Come on, man.
I think he's
fucking
fucking
kid.
I understand teaching her a lesson.
It's probably
Make
a
her
little
be
black
more
girl
respectful.
too.
She was a light skinned black girl.
This is what I'm saying.
He could have just told her to get out. But I do think
And some of these kids are grown, you know what I mean? She
they
probably,
is grown. They said she
probably
was
sucked
making
her
faces
teeth
or
and whatever.
saying something.
You
But,
know, they don't have any respect.
She was making
But I
faces.
do think
Oh,
as a
no.
school, if you're taking your
She looked
taking
like she
your
got
students on
attitude.
a trip, you should tell them the rules and regulations that because they've never been in this setting before. Some of them weren't taught, stuff like this. So you should at least tell them that before they go. Like, don't be talking while you in there. Don't fall asleep. Remain alert. Don't have your phone out and be texting or talking on the phone. Like, pay attention to what's going on.
Did she put on the jumpsuit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn. So she just had to sit there with the jumpsuit on?
I guess.
They couldn't detain her. They just
Oh, because she was in
made
Miami.
her do that just to make her feel like you have no control.
Have they ever done that before?
I don't know. I don't hear about stuff like that. When I heard about that, I was like, yo, that's kind of
Stop
crazy.
trying to be God. That's not who you are. Yo, shout out to Travis Scott. That's,
Listen to him, I think you trampled on them people.
nah, that was before. That was before, yo.
I never really listened to him about me if I like this shit.
I guess
That shit is rough.
That's
To listen to shit, you gotta listen to it in quiet because you won't go by here, holding by ears and listening to this.
No, I'm asking
Like
him
R. Kelly.
because he was getting on us because we was like, we was still listening to certain people. So I was seeing if
Nah, you stop
Nah, you
listening
can
to
listen to
him, man.
whoever.
Oh, you stop listening to him?
Nah, I listen to it. There's no.
I never really did to begin with. And then I can't believe
It's
he out
that
there
song.
signing people's sneakers with that scribble.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That is
not
kinda
even
funny,
funny.
yeah.
Because I would be mad. Well, I don't care about no autograph anyway. I always thought that was dumb. I mean, I get you could get money for it.
I mean, he not charging
But,
him
like,
for it.
I know, but
Oh, he wasn't.
but you messing up my sneakers because that's
Yeah,
not
man.
even
They
no,
want it though. They want it done.
That's not even no signature.
I signed
want
your
it.
sneaker.
No, you didn't.
No,
you
but I'm just
just
saying.
put a
But I'm saying
scribble.
no, but I scribbled.
It wasn't even.
you have
it
to-
didn't even look.
But it's because
like,
I did it.
He drew
You
a
have
box
to take a video
or a stick
for it.
figure
Yeah,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit.
You gotta be like, yo.
Once you had a video,
take
you
a
good.
video of him putting this bullshit on my
Mhm.
sneaker.
And he's just more lazy with
A
it. I always
stick
said that
figure.
shit too. I ain't gonna front.
He drew a stick
I do
figure
my
or
signature
something.
kinda like
I will
Yeah,
probably
you do all
doodle.
types of shit.
I will probably doodle on a motherfucker's sneaker if they wanted me to.
Oh, you said doodle.
Yeah, just doodle. Oh, you said doodle? I just doodle on a nigga's sneaker and just be
Nigga,
like,
don't
you know,
wash
this
it.
shit. That's
Put it
crazy.
in a plastic bag.
And I got your DNA.
Preserve the snitch.
That's wild. She trying to clone me.
If you a nasty freak like that and want to keep memorabilia that's like obscene,
Petrified droppings.
yeah, to dry that shit up and keep that shit in a little bag. Nasty fuck.
So I was watching the guy that talk about the prison, his experience when he was in prison, and he was like, it was this guy. He was in the hole. It was this guy next door to him, and he was in there he was going to the bathroom and putting his droppings on top of the food. And he was
What?
like, any of y'all want some?
Oh,
And he was like, I ate the
foul.
smell when he went to the bathroom through the vent because he was like next door to him.
What happened to him? Did he survive?
I don't know. That was just one
That's
part
some
of the
shit.
story. That wasn't the main thing, but I just thought about it.
That's some shit. It's hard to survive after. It's like, nigga, you put shit in the food and then you serve it to me and I see it.
No, on his own.
Oh.
He was doing it to his own food.
Oh,
That's crazy. That's nasty.
And he was asking them, do they want
Either
some?
way, it's nasty.
yeah. I'd rather him do it
But
to
I mean,
himself
if
than
you
me.
doing
And
it
he
to
was
other
like, I'm
people,
about
then
to
it's
eat
like
this rat. They
at
have
least
rats.
foul
at least
and
you wouldn't do it.
They have rats too. He
Right.
was like, yo, I'm about to eat this rat.
That nigga just has a weird palate.
He got pica. Yo,
Niggas
thank
ain't
you
got
for watching
like,
another great episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. We in the building. We had a good time with y'all. Hope y'all had a good time with us, man. It's your boy SmileyJizzle,
Yes, sir.
and my mans,
Chris O.D.
and our co-host.
Now have fun.
And we'll see y'all again.
Smoke weed every day. Yeah, man.